Start recording.
Be like when he gets back to 1 million followers on YouTube. When TikTok goes away, all he has is 45,000 followers on YouTube. I'm not about that life.
We've gone from 42 to 45 in a week.
All right, I'm gonna go live. Y'all ready?
No.
Are you ready for it?
Yes, pause syncing, please. Shaner, did you pause yours? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's hope this works. Holy moly. Moly, 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 moly. So, oh, I already screwed something up. I didn't set the right goal yet. Nope.
Well, it is a normal TikTok.
It is a normal TikTok stream. Yes, I've already screwed something up. Already, and we're gonna unlock Candy Thunder
Here I am.
and get a shirt change for our first goal, which is 4K bolts. Shocking.
Forget to hit record.
Shocking information. I have hit record. Record has been hit.
Are you ready for it?
Hey, it's good to see everybody. I hit record. We're good. Yeah, because we're not using Streamlabs to go live to YouTube today. It's not recording automatically, so I had to do that. QOD from Ash to Phoenix, the 2-year anniversary. It doesn't have to be a Dusty thing either. It could be like, you know, since you've been on TikTok, what is your favorite, just in general, across all of TikTok, favorite TikTok moment? And I hope the 24-hour live still applies. Crystal, finding our videos and finding this community. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. Chelsea, yeah, I know. No YouTube today. We're going TikTok only. Since it might be our last one ever. We're doing the TikTok only. Lady Loyal KC, hell yeah. I'm so excited to watch this game on Saturday. I thought it was on Sunday until Candy Thunder corrected me. Pumped. I'm equally excited to watch the Bills and the Ravens duke it out. Equally. Shan says Candy's background comments are Chef's Kiss. VIP lives, Overkill Mel, finding your peeps, real broad, heck yes, Annie Hay, 24-hour live. Yeah, I figured that was gonna be an answer for a lot of people. It was, gosh, that was a journey. That was an absolute journey. Angel, yeah, thank you so much. Hopefully, you know what? Hopefully it doesn't go anywhere. Hopefully we're able to continue doing this, but we have to operate under the assumption that this could be the last time ever. Could be the last time. Angel Arsenic, I don't know, the Dusties might be my fave. Yeah, speaking of Dusties, they're coming back on February 10th, which happens to be my birthday. Melody, us with Beyond Beautiful, yeah, that was a fun one too. Annie Hayes agree with the comment about Candy's background comments. Yeah, the Candy Thunder in her chatter chair over here. It's like the perfect distance too for us to be able to pick up those comments.
I'm a chatty tater.
Chatty tater doodles. Yeah, it's still there too. We've still, yeah, your artwork is still up there as well. What's up, Ellen? Shan loves to read. We will still be on YouTube. Yeah, we're not doing it today because this might be our last TikTok live. So we're going TikTok only, old school party. But we will still keep rocking on TikTok moving forward here. We're gonna do it. We do have a couple of goals today. We have a goal of 1 million likes and 16 hundo shares. Millie likes. Crystal Museum girl, the first time I called you that. Gosh, it's fun. It's just been so much fun. And I hope it doesn't go away. Man, like, I hope it doesn't. It's a different vibe, you know what I mean? Hey, Princess Crab. Glad to pop in, normally listen to the podcast. Thank you so much for being here. That is awesome. This might be our last live, so thank you for popping in and saying hi. Candy CLKB, Fang, Dark Angel dropped 200 of the Lightning Bolt, Talia, Allison, Janine Benham, Dark Angel, Celeste Hamilton. I don't know why I said Celestial. Bailey Chapman dropped 350 finger hearts. Thanks so much for the love. Missy, Michelle, Heather, Janine Benham, Overkill Mill, Just Cat in Colorado, Kayla, Jerry, and Drama Amber, Real Broad. Anise Moon dropped the hundo finger hearts there. Jerry, Kayla, thanks so much for the love. Callie, Callie. Candy CLKB, Allie, that Alaska girl, passing 150 on the bolts right now. Which, as a reminder, in case you just popped in, we're going for 4K lightning bolts to get Candy Thunder up here and to get an old school TikTok shirt change going on. 1 million likes. I did hit record, Heather. Yeah. Thank you. Jazz. Yeah, I know. It is sad. It is sad. Of course, we'll still be around. We're gonna be on the YouTube side. We're exploring the ability to do streams on a couple other places too, but we won't make the call on that until we have the for sure, like, final confirmation that TikTok is going bye-bye. We'll have to wait and see. Alan, thanks for the reminder. Let's make sure to hit the likes goal for this final TikTok live. And it's a milli. That's a bunch. That's a bunch. Zubair, join us on Red Note, please. We want more lives. It's similar. The problem is, for us to be able to do what we do and support the team that we have here, we have to know that there's like a solid monetization structure behind it, and we don't know that for a lot of places. So we have to be very just careful and do a lot of research and step through things and just take our time on it. Take our time. What days are we on YouTube? So we're on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central, most of the time. That's the normal schedule. And Wednesdays at 3 p.m. But yeah, this coming one will not be that, because even though the Chiefs play on Saturday, that Ravens-Bills game, like, I'm assuming the whole world is going to watch that. Yeah, so we're going to actually do this next live on Monday. Adventures with Pam, you weren't crying, now you are. No, we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. Oh, Christian Museum Girl, Red Note owns your content. That's no good. Yeah, that's no good. Real Broad rooting for the Bills. Just in this game, though, right? Just against the Ravens. Barbecue Becky. No YouTube today, cup of tea. We're going old school TikTok because it might be our last one ever. Moira needs to make an appearance. Sue Becca, you're right. She does. She really does. I'll talk to her. Shaz. Is there one that is this time? So normally, moving forward, Wednesdays this time will be on YouTube as well. And they normally are. We just only did this one because it might be our last one. Confetti cannons, hell yeah. We got stocked up. By the way, Angel, if she's here, sent a Venmo donation specifically for party favors for today. We've got confetti cannons, courtesy of Angel. Hells yes.
Wait, so Angel sent us confetti cannons?
Well, she sent us a Venmo donation for the confetti cannons. So, yeah, directly funded our confetti cannons for today.
That's awesome.
Hell yes. Peggy says TikTok is glitching for her. Anybody else getting glitches? Hope not. Hope not. I actually did something a little bit different today with music to try to make sure we didn't get our crackly crap. I am routing music directly to you guys, not through my monitor system, so I can't hear it. But it's still good. Hopefully you guys can hear everything well, and it doesn't cause the issues that we saw before. No glitches? Good.
It looks good.
Good. You don't hear music? Does anybody hear music?
No music. Don't do it.
What's happening?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Oh, I know why. Son of a biscuit.
9 p.m. on Monday.
9 p.m. Monday. Yes, 9 p.m. Monday. 9 p.m. on Monday.
For Mondays, since I'm off on Tuesday.
I get that. I get it.
Well, you guys go live on Sunday.
We don't go. Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
I would. That's my bad.
You wouldn't know what.
You wouldn't know. Sunday
What?
Live,
Okay,
it
yeah,
slaps you across the face.
I know why it's not doing the music now. So we'd probably just might not have music today. We'll figure it out. Pug Mom, TikTok has brought so much laughter and true joy, education and eye-opening content and experience. It's Kit says the 24-hour live. You know what? We've learned so much from doing this content and from doing lives. I'm so glad that we decided to start doing this content on live because we were able to learn so much more going that way. Kimberly, how is the football team doing? It's doing good. We've got a game on Saturday. It's our first playoff game because we had the bye during the first round. We played the Houston Texans. Feel damn good about it.
You know why we had the bye? Because we're number one.
Yeah, that's right. We had a bye because we're number one.
Best record.
Listen, if the TikTok ban happens and the Chiefs lose,
If the TikTok ban goes through and the Chiefs lose,
3 more months of winter.
we might just disappear. Might just disappear
I
to
won't
the
be able to
mountains.
show my face.
Tony Spark, you found some of your favorite recipes from TikTok? Nice.
What am I gonna do? This
What?
stream has some good ones too.
I don't know.
Nobody wants
Adventures
this,
with
but-
Pam dropping the lightning bolts. And East Moon dropped 101. Stephanie dropping lightning bolts as well. Callie Knight, Mary SB, Just Joe Mama dropping the 50 bolts. Holly Elizabeth, Steph, Adventures with Pam, Totally Radical. Good to see ya. Kimberly, Adventures with Pam dropped the 105, by the way. Michelle Heather, Kimberly, Stephanie, Totally Radical, Mary SB, Pulfer, Steph. Thank you guys so much. We're going to dive in. Let's do it. Let's dive in. Let's do it. We're already at 2120 out of the 4K on the Bolt goal to get Candy Thunder up here and to get our first shirt change rocking and rolling. But welcome to the Gosh Heckin' stream. Perhaps the last TikTok stream ever.
Said it was official.
We'll see what's happened. Somebody said it was official. It's not official yet. It's not official yet. We'll see. QOD, of course, as it kind of our theme for today is, most memorable TikTok moments for us. 24-hour stream has got to be on there because it was just absolutely bonkers. The Dusties are on there too. Not in a good way. Not in a good one. Coming up, we have stories about partners disapproving of work outfits, disputes over replacing carpet, destroying things that aren't yours, family money disputes, supporting unsupportive family members, inappropriate pet names. We also have spicy stories, and of course, a cake story. First goal, of course, is 4K, not 2025's lightning bolts. I'm sorry. The document and the gift goal thing don't align. 4K lightning bolts to get Candy Thunder and a shirt change rocking up here. We have a lofty goal of 1 million likes today, so please remember to like the stream as you go. The share goal is 1,600 shares. Make sure you're sharing the live as well as tapping the screen.
They closed and they didn't roll on it today. We won't know today.
There's background chatter about today's.
No, they issued
We don't know anything yet.
which doesn't mean anything.
We don't know nothing.
They closed.
We don't know nothing. Make sure you are subscribed on the YouTube side if you're not already. It's going to be our go-to. It's going to be our home if this does end up shutting down. But also, there's a lot more content on that side anyway. So if you're not subscribed there yet, go do it because you're going to see all kinds of stuff that you aren't going to see on the TikTok side. We will continue to post daily stories and go live twice a week on that channel. Make sure you're subscribed. And again, it's completely free to subscribe on the YouTube side. If and when it becomes an imminent thing that it is going to shut down, we do have a how-to guide that we're going to post that will help you kind of figure out what to do on that side to get subscribed to all the right things. If you have a paid TikTok subscription, we do also have a paid membership on the YouTube side, so you can join the Thunder Crew on that side. You actually get quite a bit more with it on the YouTube side. And in the video, the how-to video that we made that we'll post, if it does become a final decision that it is shutting down, it goes through how to join that as well. So be on the lookout for that. We'll try to keep you posted. We will be filming our very first Imperfect Storms podcast very soon at the new and improved home studio. So be looking out for that. What are we filming this weekend? Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, filming this weekend. Hey, yo. And depending on how the Chiefs play on Saturday, it'll be a very jovial or very depressing podcast. We'll see.
Have a 10-second rebound rate, so.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be sternly depressed, and Candy Thunder will have some conspiracy theories about the refs and and the NFL and the networks deciding who wins for ratings. Reminder today, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody, of course, is allowed to have their own opinion. We want you to share your own opinion. We don't expect anybody to agree, but it costs absolutely nothing to be a DFHB and to be civil and an adult about how you share those opinions. If you spoil stories that we're reading, if you're stirring up shit, if you're spamming, if you're getting into politics or religion, you'll get your butt muted. So just don't do it, okay? And with that, get out your gosh heckin' brooms. So I've got to do this. Tony Sparks trying to wave me down with some notes there. Oh, we got to set a new goal. Look at that. Let's go ahead and do this while we're right here. Candy Thunder, can I get a gifter list from you, please, to give some thanks here? I'm gonna give some thanks. All right. In particular order here, we have Bella Luna leading the board for this one. Selena Jane, Nicole Trujillo, Hostel Cakes, Adventures with Pam, Michelle Heather Hoorn, A.K. Marie, Marie, where? I don't know. Just Joe Mama, Anise Moon, Anna Hartman, What is this one? Mine, not yours. Mine, not yours. It took me a minute. I was reading it as like, men not yours. Miss D05, Andromeda Amber, Snowman Collector, Shiny Girl, Shanky, Laura Litzel, Steph JB, Elise Newman, Ducky Mama, Ambledine Shepherd, Cade Jackson, Daisy Desserts, Lily Kinnan, Elise Kutch, Real Broad Zuba, Kayla C, Mary Jane, MJS, Totally Radical, Lily Tilly, LV Turner, Violet Green, Crystal Museum Girl, Claire Bear, Anna Hansen, Candy CLKB, Jesse Messy, Jerry Lee Go Forth, and Youngest 1965. Thank you so much for the love and support. We're going to get a new goal set up here, and I got to get a shirt change, and y'all got to chat with Candy Thunder for a minute. Hang on just a tick. Let me get the next one set up. This is going to unlock Tony Spark and Confetti.
Just a TikTok.
Do what?
I said, hang on just a tick.
Hang on just a tick-tock. Look at that. You're punny.
I know. I try.
Tony Spark and Confetti. Tony Spark
Can you see all
and...
the gifters?
That's like for like the whole time.
Ah.
Yeah. All right. Let me pin that real quick. And let me get Candy Thunder up here. Ladies and gents, here she is. The one and only greatest tater there is. Tater Thunder. Oh my goodness.
There you are.
Love
there
the
it
fit
is.
today, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Hi, guys. Oh, he's getting undressed over there.
I'm gonna lay you down by the fire and turn the lights down real low.
So yesterday, Navy and I played with a puppy, and I wish I could show you, but it won't. The camera would never focus on my phone. But Navy has always been a cat person, and I asked her if she could. Yeah, look at my lips. It's just my lip gloss. I asked her if she would want a puppy or a cat, and we're not getting anything anytime soon. But she said that she would want a puppy. She said she would want a puppy over a kitten.
Wow.
I know. I was shocked, but she got to play with this puppy, and she said that her wish was to come home and that puppy be waiting for her in her room, and so that she could play hide and seek with it. And I was like, she's a mini me. It was the most adorable thing ever.
She's
What are you
a
doing?
character. Nothing. Just looking at a setting.
I thought the Broncos had a really good season. I think that they're going to be better than ever next year. And if the Chiefs didn't win in the playoffs, I was really, really pulling for the Broncos.
Bo Nix is a great QB.
Yeah.
I hope he continues on and does great things, and you know the playoff madness doesn't squash him.
He I think that they have a really, really fire defense, and I think that
Mike, thank you for the galaxy.
I love
Is
you.
this a struggle snuggle?
Yeah.
Is this, okay.
I'm a very claustrophobic person.
Not a hugger.
I know. I'm a very claustrophobic person. But yes, I do like the Broncos. I like all the teams except for one, and I won't say which one that is.
Quick cue.
If we lose, I hope it's not Buffalo.
I hate them all.
I hope it's Lamar. I hope Lamar Jackson gets his ring. If we lose. I really do. I would want to lose to the Ravens, and that's it.
Boo.
Or the
lose
Lions.
to no
I'm just
one.
talking about the AFC. I'm just talking about the AFC.
Hey, so wait, does your claustrophobia not apply to spooning? Because that's like the one time
'cause
where
I'm
there's not
open.
like a time limit.
Yeah, I'm open on one side, so that's fine.
So if I hug you from behind, you're okay?
No, that felt very over the top. I didn't. That felt like it was all around.
Felt like a human straitjacket.
Yeah. Hey, the Saints were a good team. I think it's great that teams have their runs. I think it's really cool. But I would like to see Lamar Jackson win a ring. I think that would be really cool.
Nah.
I'm not ready to admit that about the Buffalo Bills yet. I'm not that big of a person. Sorry.
Nah.
Lions and Chiefs. Yes,
I would love that.
that's my
would
hope
love that.
too. And I know that people are so sick of seeing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but really just want. I really just want it. I want it.
It hasn't been that long. Like, we haven't been a stellar team for that long, right? It's not, you can't be sick of it yet. I get it. Like, you want something different, but it hasn't been that long. Okay, so we'll get rocking to our first story here. That's not the last you'll see of Tater Thunder today. Don't worry. You'll see more of her. You'll see more of her here. Chargers, they got a thumping. Really good team. I feel like they just haven't completely gelled yet.
You hate this.
Hate to see it. I just hate to see it. Overkill Mill, all you care about is Notre Dame. Okay, we are already at 442 at 2K on the W coin goals to get Tony Spark up here. Ascon Scale Hoodie, first shirt change of the day. Here we go. Miss Helene, Allie, Nancy, Katriana, R. Hofton, Maddie, Miss Helene again there, Jerry, Katriana, Mike dropping the Hondo bolts there, Lauren, Dazzler, Megan Carroll, Mike again there with a Galaxy, hell yeah, Alana, Allie, Malthouse, Doodles Dragon, Mike again with the Paper Crane, Susan RS, Mike with the 2025 and the Paper Crane, Hostel Cake, see you there too. Cake the Rogue is now here, thank you so much, Kitty Cat Queen, Trinity Marie, Nancy, see you there too. Karen Shaper Cutter, that Alaska girl. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love. Let's dive into our very first story, shall we? Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with a Reddit story for you. This is from AITAH and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Not Liking How My Girlfriend Dresses for Work? We'll play the game here. We'll do a 1-minute poll. Ooh, what's that little starry bubbly thing? Nancy with a star, thank you. That Alaska girl dropping the 101 coins. Heck yeah, Sherry Sosa, Chris G, Cat Wiggins, Shenanigans. Thank you guys. Sorry, I got distracted. Hit the wrong button.
Tap, 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 tap.
Tippity tappity tippity tappity.
Big likes goal today.
Yeah, we do have a big likes goal today. 1 milli. 1 milli. We're already at 15% for it, though. 1 minute poll has started. Title again, Am I the Astronaut for Not Liking How My Girlfriend Dresses for Work?
YTA for me.
Is YTA for you? But here's the deal. Like, you can not like it. That's a feeling.
Yeah, but what does he ask on 1, 2, 3, 4? Can you say YTA?
I don't know what he does with it. Like, what do you do with the feeling of not liking it? Assuming he acts on it and says, I don't like what you're wearing to work. I think you uncover several issues there, right? You're uncovering a trust issue with your partner. Like, you don't trust them to wear certain things. You're essentially blaming them or saying that they're enticing other people the way they dress. Assuming this is going a provocative way, right? So yeah, it's probably an asshole move and it's probably driven by insecurity. I'll go middle of the road 3.
That's what I said.
And we'll see where it goes, though. I'm Ascon 3, which was a should have done it differently, not could have done it differently. We'll see. Ascon 2 won in the votes with 33% of the vote. So we'll dive in and we'll see. We'll see. Soup. Okay. All right, here we go. So I, 43 male, don't think I'm in the wrong here, but my mother is very angry at me, and my best friend said that I was a horrible person for saying what I did, and I'd be lucky if my girlfriend didn't put me out with the garbage since I decided I wanted to act like trash.
Oh, he outed himself as an Ascon 1.
Mama and girlfriend, or mama and friend, basically voted him an Ascon 1, so let's see. My girlfriend, 34 female, is a preschool teacher, and for some reason I can't explain, she dresses like Ms. Frizzle, like a dress with a pattern of whatever they are studying. She makes a lot of them herself, now including matching masks.
What the fuck is wrong with Miss Frizzle?
Oh, okay, hold on. It's not provocative. It's that she dresses like you look too much like a preschool teacher.
How dare you?
What are you? A preschool teacher.
And how dare you? No, there will be no Miss Frizzle slander.
Yeah, we will not be shaming Ms. Frizzle today,
I
sir.
knew I should have stayed home today.
Not on this stream.
The kids love it and the parents seem to think it's great. I don't like the amount of attention she gets, honestly. I'd prefer she came home and changed before running any errands.
Oh my god.
On Friday, she helped my mom with something after work and she was still in her weird dress. I've told her before I don't like it when she dresses that way, but she tells me I don't have to like it. But I have no right to tell her how to dress. I was upset that she went out like that with my mother and told her that my mom said she was embarrassed and to ask that she please not dress like that again if they're going out. Ooh, you lied. Shame, shame. I was not expecting her to call my mom and apologize. When my mom asked what she meant, she told her what I said. My mom was furious, explained that she doesn't have a problem with how my girlfriend dresses and thinks it's great, and she spends extra time doing things to engage her students. My mom then yelled at me for lying to my girlfriend and trying to throw her under the bus because I was being an insecure jerk. My girlfriend and I got into a huge fight. I said that she should be embarrassed to be seen in public like that. She said the only thing she was embarrassed by was me. She hasn't spoken to me or done anything for me since.
Obviously.
I like how he said she hasn't done anything for me.
Obviously.
My friend said that I was horrible and called me trash. I shouldn't have lied, but I think my girlfriend should take what I think about her clothes into consideration, and I'm not sorry for expecting her to dress more appropriately in public. And am I really such an asshole here? Yep. Yep. You sure are, Mr. Dingleberry. I think that she should make her own dress covered with penises, because that's the theme whenever she's with you. You're a dick. And you just think about this. Really, really, really think about this. It's not like she's wearing a low-cut top. She's a freaking teacher, and she's leaning into being a teacher and doing thematic things. Like, first of all, this girl needs to be a content creator and like basically film her lessons, and that's content, and the world would love her. And there are so many people out there that would appreciate this side of her, and you not being one of them is probably really painful to her. But you know what? Friggin' round of applause for Ms. Frizzle here for having boundaries and saying, you don't get a vote. You don't get a vote on how I dress. Sorry. And then you lied about it. You knew it was wrong. And not only did she call your bluff, but your mama is now involved too. So yeah, you are definitely an ass on one. You're real fucking bad. Real fucking bad. We're gonna go to Brozo land for you as well, because you're a dumbass. And there's a little edit. The edit says, I'm sure you will all be pleased to know we broke up tonight. She said I'm too controlling and narrow-minded, so she broke up with me. Well, good for her. What a valuable lesson. And what a valuable lesson that you've learned here. And, gosh. Come on, man. Just come on. Tater thoughts? You want to jump in here? Good for her. Hey, Kat Wiggins, Lorraine, Love X, Victoria, Nana, Miranda Chase Griffith, Nana again there, Carol Lamar, Callie Knight, Kristen Museum Girl dropping the coins there too, Victoria, Bayfox, Allison Kakmar, you guys are awesome. Where was the dinosaur? I saw it. Painted D dropping the dinosaur. Thanks so much, Karen Shaper Cutter, Allison Kakmar, you guys are awesome. Mike with the fireworks, Destiny Lily, Lorraine. Oh, I heard the sound. There's the whale. There's the whale. Melanie with the whale diving. Heck yeah. Lori T with the Corgi Bunny cast with the coins there too. Miranda Chase Griffith with the sunglasses. Jerry with the mustache. Mike with the blooming ribbons. Bunny with the coins. Quilter with a cat with a dolphin. Tony Handhearts, Candy White. Katriana, you guys are awesome. Tater, come on up.
I'm scared you were going so fast.
That's what.
Okay. Washing that out of my brain. She's like a mix between Jessica Day and Miss Frizzle, and I love it. Like
Yeah.
that would be.
Yeah,
I would have been
yeah.
so happy to have her as a teacher. So happy to have her as a friend. I love when people dress so unique. Like I love that they wear their personality out loud, and I think that's so cool. So I think to belittle someone for choosing to show who they truly are is the worst thing that you can do, because you're attacking her personality, you're attacking who she is at her core. And I really like fashion, and this pisses me off. And I think it's so fucking cool that she makes her own clothes and that she does it to be there, for, like, be more present with her kids and make it focused on what she's teaching them.
Yeah.
I just think that's so awesome, and I would be honored to have Navy in her class, because I think that's so cool.
Agreed. Yeah. And I do think it's not just about how she dresses. It is about her. Like you attacked her as a person, and
Yes.
you mentioned that. And I think it takes a lot of guts to develop your character outwardly. You know what I mean?
Right,
And to
yes.
like accept who you
To
are
be-
and really
yes.
go all
Yes.
in on your character. And she's done that. But in order to do that, you probably have to be pretty firm with your boundaries and not put up with people who are going to criticize who you are
Right.
as your character, right? She said no. So
I love that she stood up for herself.
Yeah.
I love that his mom stood up for her and was like, "Oh hell no, you're not going to use me in your
Yeah.
sick and twisted
listen here, you cowardly bitch.
get rid of Miss Frizzle games. Like I'm not going to be a part of that." And I love that she broke up with him because he obviously doesn't like her for her. He wants to control what she's wearing, and that's not who she is.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know. I love when people express themselves. So I think
She rang the
it's-
bell on his ass, and she's
Yes.
like, class dismissed.
I'm so happy for her. Good job,
too.
honey. Good job.
Oh,
That's so cool.
Layla Sophia dropping the chasing the dream. There's a lot of really cool ones coming in. Also, I didn't know that when people do the cowboy hat, if you and I are both up here, it does 2 cowboy hats. It doesn't choose one of us. We both get a
We
cowboy
both get
hat.
it.
Pretty sure you had a mustache at one point too
I'm sure.
with that hat. Not sure how
I'm sure
I feel
it
about
looked-
that.
I'm sure it looked great.
It did.
Are you trying to not get me to
You
wear
could,
not?
you could rock a mustache
I
if you
couldn't
wanted
even
to.
say it.
I tell Candy Thunder this all the time. She'll try to get my opinion on an outfit or something, and I'm like, listen, Linda. If you decide to do it, that decision means that you're going to rock it out. That's
He's
it.
so-
All
he's
you
so
have to do is
supportive.
decide to do it, and you could pull it off. It doesn't
But
matter what it is.
normally, when he tells me what to wear, I wear the opposite of what he tells me.
That's not wrong. So my opinion means nothing, but she's still going to ask for it. That's what I've
Oh, it
taken
means
from that.
something.
No, it doesn't.
It means something.
It doesn't mean nothing. It means
Also,
nothing.
has anyone seen anyone who knows what the Magic School Bus is? Has anyone seen it's like the GIF or something, where it's like there could be a Magic School Bus flying around inside our body right now, and we have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
I knew I should have stayed home today.
Mine's probably fighting a tapeworm.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. There's a little bit of a theme today. We won't go further into it.
joke.
We-
He does not have a tapeworm. It's not. Don't. Just stop it.
Move on.
Oh gosh. Hey, Layla Sophia dropping the lightning bolts down. And Mandy with the hat and mustache that you demonstrated for me there. Thank you so much. We do have a little ways to go on the W coins goal. We're at 1360 out of 2K, and that will get Tony Spark up here and some confetti. Also, we're at 26% of the likes goal, which is damn good. We're already past 250K, but we do have a little ways to go there. Broken dropping the W coins. Destiny Lily, Jennifer Harrison. Hello, lady. Good to see you. Emmy Castro, Mandy, Destiny Lily. Oh, I lost my spot. Mandy, Amanda Durham, Rainey, Pamela Pratika Shankar, Chucky 2D, Gina Tingley, Layla Sophia, Mandy again there, Katriana, Lorraine, LMB Broken, Carson Roth dropping the first gift of the lightning bolts there. Thank you so much. Layla Sophia again with the Chasing the Dream, Broken Mandy, Melanie, Allison Kagmar, Mike dropping the Hondo, Snowflake Keychains, Allison again there, Bunny, Layla Sophia with the Umbrella of Love. Hostile Cakes dropping the 99 coins. Mike with the 2025s. Ellen. Mike again there. Mama B. Dark Angel. Jerry. Bailey Chapman with the Crystal Crown. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'll get bouncing over to our next story here.
Somebody said you open your mouth and a tapeworm reads for you.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
It's very
She could work in
Beetlejuice.
this office.
That's a very Beetlejuice like visual.
She could work here.
We've only read one, Lily. Only read one. Did my voice just sound like I'm on helium? Elise, you may jump out and jump back in. It shouldn't, but good gravy. It wouldn't be a good old-fashioned TikTok hootenanny without a bunch of tech issues going on. Okay. Tested. We seem to be okay here. We got team monitoring for gremlins because there's gonna be gremlins. I know it. It's an old-fashioned TikTok hootenanny. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for expecting my mother-in-law to pay for new carpet? Boy, well, way to give us some details to work with here in the title, OP. I'm going to start a poll. 1 minute poll starting right now. Title again, am I the astronaut for expecting my mother-in-law to pay for new carpet? We don't know whose new carpet it is. Let's assume she dropped some red wine on OP's carpet. Something that cannot be undone. Is there a reasonable expectation for the person who ruined it to replace it? Man, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to go NTA, but I truly don't know. It's a gamble. It's a gamble for me. Mac is home. He'll be on soon, Ellen. Heck yes. How is the new gig going? Taylor, nope. We are only on TikTok today because it might be our last TikTok live ever. So we're celebrating with an old school TikTok hootenanny today. Other people getting the weird voice? Cool. Cool. He really likes it. It wears him out though. Well, that's good. I mean, a fulfilling job that like wears you out, I don't know, is even better in my opinion because you feel even more accomplished when you feel worn out, right? Or maybe you could just sleep better. Okay, NTA won this one out by a pretty decent percentage here. Let me say, show me the percentage, please. Show me. It will not show me the percentage, but it had 81 votes. Next closest was ESH with 43. Real quick, we did hit this one. I actually have music now. Jamie, no tech issues for you. Let's hope this holds steady. Can I get a gifter list? We hit it. Tony Spark, after this story, you're up, brother. And confetti. We'll need some confetti too. Yeah, lives will be back on YouTube after today. We're just doing TikTok only for today, just to kind of celebrate and potentially farewell.
You guys are dicks. You knew I was doing
Hold
something.
Hold. I think Candy Thunder shat herself, and she threw her phone. Thankfully, she had it above the desk, but threw her phone. Threw it. Why would you do that to Shmi? In particular order here, Cake the Rogue. There's actually a tie. Cake the Rogue and Hostile Cakes. Both cake themed, sharing the #1 spot on that goal. Thank you guys so much. Lyra Dabs, Adventures with Pam, aka Mary, I'm Broken, Selena Jane, Just Joe Mama, Ms. Helene, Blues Clues for Spooky, Anise Moon, Laura Litzel, Wendy Taylor, George Nicely, Trisha G, Mama B101, Lal, Daisy Desserts, Bay Fox, Hoorn, Ali Franz, Riley, Candy Thunder, Melanie J, Tinker Truck, Miss Pamela L, Doodles Dragon, Tony Love, Holly Elizabeth, Real Broad Zuba, Totally Radical, Violet Green, Rose, LV Turner, Melissa Mabe, Jennifer Harrison, Callie Knight, Sexy Goddess Jerry Lee, Go Forth, Shenanigans, Queen Destiny, Sherry Sosa, and Kayla C. Y'all are awesome. Thanks so much for the love. You were expecting the confetti sooner. I got spooked by it. I was surprised, and I even saw him walking this way. I just, I think it was Candy Thunder's nonchalantness that got me caught off guard. Okay, let me set a new goal for us. We did unlock Tony Spark and the confetti that just assaulted us. Next one is going to unlock a spicy story and Candy Thunder feedback. Spicy story. I'm even getting lag like on my keyboard typing, so I'm sure it's gonna go sideways at some point. Real quick. Okay, how many of these are we doing? I'm glad I can hear the music now. That way I can actually dance around to it. We are going for 175 hand hearts. Pinned. There are 2 hand hearts, so these are the ones with the longer arms. Just heads up. Grace, can I turn the music down? I did turn it down. I don't know if you commented that before or after I did that, though. Is it still loud? Animal, Bailey Chapman, Chrissy Joe, that Alaska girl. That Alaska girl sending a bunch of hand hearts through there. Jerry, see you there too. Bay Fox, thank you guys so much. Thank you. All right, let's rock. Story time. All right, I went NTA on this as a gamble. Title again was, Am I the Astronaut for Expecting My Mother-in-Law to Pay for New Carpet? My mother-in-law, wife's mom, initiated a divorce from her second husband late in 2022. NC law requires couples to live separately for a year before divorce proceedings can occur. She asked to move into our house, which gave her our bonus room. Time out real quick. Does anybody else live in a state where they require 1 year of separation before allowing a divorce? Does anywhere here require that? I don't think they do. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but Sergeant Bag, what's up? Congrats on the new job. Heard it's going well. Not Texas. Oh, Texas does? In Australia? Okay. This room is a... What'd I miss?
Nothing.
I said I looked into it, but I'm not sure. Well, you're losing 1 million followers. So.
Candy Thunder's leaving me because TikTok is shutting down. This room is a 12 by 24 room with carpet, a closet, full bathroom for herself attached to the room. She moved into our house on 12/31/22 and began paying rent. $500 per month for the first year. Then she volunteered an extra $100 per month for the second year to cover Netflix access and increases in HOA dues and utilities. She just moved out last month into her new home. My wife and I knew we needed our flooring downstairs replaced, and we wanted to go ahead and do our stairs, main hallway, primary bedroom too. The bonus room we had decided to also get done since the carpet had been lived on 24/7 for 2 years. My mother-in-law worked from home, so she essentially spent her time in that room working, relaxing, or sleeping. She also had a dog with her. We felt it wasn't right to charge her the cost of the upgraded flooring that we wanted, so we asked the flooring estimator to send us a separate price for similar carpet in the bonus room so that we could present that price to her. We were told the LVP option was $2,500. The carpet option was $1,400. We advised her of the $1,400 in November and told her it wasn't expected up front, nor would we ask for it after she closed on her new home. We were willing to work with her on it. Time out for a moment because it sounds like there was no pre-discussion with mother-in-law at all at this point. She paid rent, and then they just decided that they also wanted her to pay for carpet. Flash forward a month and she's moved out and she asked to speak with us about the carpet payment. She isn't sure why she's being asked to pay $1,400 when she thought it was our plan all along to change the flooring anyways. Oh, it was. Mind you, the carpet was new and used as a toddler playroom for about an hour each day prior to her arrival. She and I decided to agree to reduce it to $500 because she felt she should have been able to at least get the carpets cleaned, which would have cost $500. We denied this request initially because we knew that carpet cleaning wasn't going to remove the wear and tear of her existence. Well, once we agreed on $500, she asks about the $100 I had agreed to refund her on some car work I had done. I agreed to it and we figured we were done. Next, my wife finds out about this agreement and immediately calls her mom to discuss in frustration. Her mom decides to oblige to $1,400, but then begins to say how she incurred extra costs from her car repairs because I wasn't able to fix her car and that it should cover her $1,400. She also mentioned that her extra $100 per month should have covered the cost as well, even though that was never agreed upon, even though she volunteered the extra $100 per month. So she's already paid $1,200 in addition to the rent she was paying before. Of course, since all this happened right before the holidays, we just agreed to accept the $400. We've seen each other a few times without issue, but there's still some bitterness, especially with the comments about how she now had to pay a bigger sum of money for her car repairs. Am I the astronaut? I think it's not an NTA. I know that much. Get that out of here. It went right back to where I had it, and then it fell on the ground. Where I'm stuck is this an ESH? Or is it just OP and spouse that are the asshole here? This is a shitty thing to do. Okay, first of all, charging mother-in-law rent. Not something I would do unless I absolutely had to, but like she volunteered to pay rent, right? I think. So whatever. I get it. There's utilities increase. She is taking up space that you otherwise would have. She had the means to pay rent. So great. I think that more than compensates you for the amount of space and the utility increase that she's taken up here. $500 for one room? It's pretty good. I mean, you did pretty okay. You did pretty okay. And then year 2, she paid an extra $100 per month just because. So she paid you $1,200 in addition to the rent that she was paying for year 1. If you put yourself in a landlord position, which you technically were here because you were renting out a room, I don't think you have a leg to stand on to try to force her to pay for the cost of the carpet removal, right? There was no contractual agreement that said that she was going to be on the hook for wear and tear. It's not even damage, it's normal wear and tear. There's nothing that legally obligates her to pay for any of that, so she could straight up just give you the finger and walk away and be completely in the clear here. The fact that you guys are going after her and trying to make her pay for it in the first place makes you an asshole for me. The fact that she's using, well, I had increased expenses with this, and this, and is fighting you back might make her a little bit of an asshole too. Not that it's not warranted, because it is. She's trying to make everything balance out here. I'm surprised she didn't just call you on your bullshit and be like, what the hell? She did say, why am I being charged for this when you guys were going to replace the flooring up there anyway? And I agree with that, but I think I would also just straight up refuse to pay. Now, she's probably trying to keep the peace, and that's probably the only reason she's agreed to pay anything at all. But that kind of leads me to think that this family dynamic is just fucked. It's just fucked. They're money fucking each other. And what is Thanksgiving like? Everybody brings their receipts and they're like trying to figure out who they're going to fuck this holiday season. Like, it all seems wrong to me. What do y'all think? Fundraising habits says, I was a landlord for years and carpets are 7-year maybe replacement, not 2 years. It's not the International Bank of Mother-in-Law, Sergeant Mac. They started playing money games. She just played them right back. She's trying to make a point. Alaskan Dog Mom. That might be the case. If she's just doing this to make a point, and this is her way of standing up to it and calling bullshit on it, then she's not the asshole for me. But it's the general, no upfront conversations here, just trying to be petty with me. Being petty to family members with money is a dangerous fucking game, right? Like, why? Fur and Feather says she's totally innocent. Was there pet damage maybe? I wouldn't think so. If there was like pet stains, that should be something that you could have cleaned out, right? They're talking about the wear and tear of, if she's worked and lived in there, she's been, she's developed some paths in there, and if she had an office chair or even the protector thing on it, it's going to cause some smush factor, right? But I don't think that they can try to charge mother-in-law for a remodel on a room that they rented out to her. If they let her stay there for free, maybe. But even then, it's a conversation where it's like, hey, we're going to have to do this because it's, it got pretty well traveled while you were living in there. Would you be willing to pitch in and help us get this done? That's just not how it was approached. It was approached in a way that was like, you owe me. And that entitlement, I have a problem with. So I'm at a 2. I'm at a 2 for OP and OP's partner here, because I feel like it's something they definitely shouldn't have done. They feel like they're justified in their own ways. I don't think that it was like an evil thing to do. I think it was dumb. And I think if their relationship with family is transactional, there's a lot of problems there. And maybe that's something that they learned, and this is just how the whole fucking extended family is, but it sounds very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Candy CLKB says, I hope the money that they received is worth the damaged relationship. Agreed. I think there's going to be damages here. George Nicely, rent negates mother-in-law from paying for wear and tear. I agree with that as well. 100%. 100%. They were being Scrooge McDucks. Scrooge. DuckTales. Woo. We had we had Navy Thunder watching DuckTales for a hot minute. She's on the Amazing Spidey and Friends show right now. The one that has Spidey, Spin, and Ghosty, which is a girl. So, of course, she loves Ghosty. Loves Ghosty. Hey, Claire Vaughn with a dolphin, Ann Bracker with the heartbeat. Thanks so much, Tony, Corey, Miss Pamela L, Teeny, Minions Den, CJ, AI, and Nakazone. Candy Thunder sending up some hand hearts there as well. Let me get some thanks in here, and then we'll get Tony Spark up here. Corey, Kat Versum, Angie535 sending a bunch of hand hearts as well. A whole bunch of them. Kat Versum again there. Corey, Dark Angel, Princesa, Mrs. Drex, Mana, or Mana, with the Galaxy. Thanks so much, Bubsy, Mrs. Drex again there. Trisha G, Hostel Cakes. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love. And we're going to get your boy up here. Got to get your boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Spark.
Go, Tony Spark. It's all you, brother.
Hello, people. Apologize. There's a large seagull that just died in our office. I don't know what happened there. Hello, peeps. How's everybody doing on this fine Wednesday today? Oh, Lord. I see Dusty picking up my phone. This is never good for anybody. I don't have any coins, so good luck.
I'm not gonna spend your money. Just gonna try to get you canceled.
Don't get me canceled either.
It's almost shut down. Like, what's, you know?
Don't get me canceled. Stop it. Oh, Ellen says I'm exceptionally handsome today. Thank you.
Ooh.
I'm the master of the universe. Totally. I don't know. I'd say go follow Tony Spark, but what's the point? Even if TikTok doesn't get shut down, you guys aren't watching anyway. So it doesn't matter. It is a Taylor hoodie. There was a sale, and it was like $28. Or no, it was I think it was $22 or $23 something, and I couldn't not do it. So, you know, I had to.
How does Tony feel about the game this weekend?
Cautiously optimistic. I feel pretty confident about it. You know, I'm not looking past them.
Yeah.
Not looking past them. They're a good team. They made it to this point. But I think I feel pretty good about it. The Chiefs are healthy. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's practicing. Everybody's playing. Got back a key piece on defense, which is very important. Andy Reid doesn't typically lose off of a bye. That helps. It's at home. Patrick Mahomes has never lost in the divisional round. Not only has he never lost in the divisional round, I saw this stat today, he's never thrown an interception in the divisional round.
Dang.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Hey, Jenny with the ice cream cone was asking where else people can follow you.
Do you want my home address or you just follow me around to work? No. I have Instagram. I don't even know what my username is on Instagram, to be honest with you. I don't. It's just like TikTok. You can follow me on there, but I don't post. So it's.
How do you feel?
I'm not making a YouTube channel. I'm not posting on YouTube, so you guys can just forget that right now. It's not going to happen. So.
Do you feel? What are your predictions for the TikTok shutdown?
I think it's gonna get. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think I'm cautiously optimistic on that as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If it goes away, it's been a fun ride, but just plug away on YouTube. But the Lions winning the Super Bowl this year, yeah, hopefully not.
Well, who said Vikings, Granny D?
Yikes.
Yeah, I mean
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Yeah, that was a tough game.
I don't think anybody's lost more money in the last 2 weeks than Sam Darnold.
Truth.
So that guy's gonna get a big fat contract, and boy, he did bad. It's bad. It's almost as bad as Justin Herbert. Hate it for Justin Herbert. Not really. That guy stinks. They all stink. I don't. If the Chiefs don't win and the Chiefs are done, then I don't really give a poop about.
Wait, so if we don't win Saturday, will you still watch Ravens Bills?
Probably.
Yeah, I will too.
I'll watch it and somehow hope they both lose. Because
Is
I
it possible?
don't care.
Let's find a way.
Yeah,
Let's find a way.
Because I don't care, and I hope that they both lose. Because I don't like either one of them. If we win, I will be rooting for the Ravens on Sunday. If we do win on Saturday, because I don't like the Bills. Mainly, I don't like the Bills, but really, I just don't like Josh Allen.
You know, so Candy Thunder talks about this too, and she can't like nail down what it is about Josh Allen.
It's his face.
She doesn't. Yeah, it's something about his face that she doesn't.
His face.
That she thinks
His
she
attitude.
thinks he's fake.
His attitude. He's cocky.
You got helium voice again, Jess? Dang.
I don't like him. So I hope they lose in embarrassing fashion.
I'm sure.
I hope that they lose the game because of something Josh Allen does. Like, I hope that it's something so dumb, and it's like, wow, I can't believe you screwed that up. Dummy.
Why'd you do that?
Because I do not like him. So.
Yeah. It happens. Don't go far because we just hit the hand heart thing, and I need a list from you. We'll go ahead.
Bye, guys.
Rocking it out here.
If TikTok doesn't go away, go ahead and follow me at TonySpark_. But if it does, I'll see you eventually.
See you when I see you. See you when I see you. Hey, we are almost halfway there. 44% on the like score right now. About to hit 450K. Holy cow. You guys are rocking it. Let me go ahead and get this up, and we're going to get some thanks rocking.
Should I change my bio if it does get banned from where content goes to die and be like, this is where content died?
Well, we talked about doing it. I don't know if we're going to do it yet or not, but as the deadline or whenever the shutdown date is actually going to happen, we talked about scheduling some videos out there so they can still get posted, and our international peeps can still have a little bit after the fact, but we'll see what happens. All right, we hit the hand heart goal here in particular order. Leading the board on this one, taking the number 1 spot, Animal. Heck yes, thank you so much for the love. Also, Angie Lee in the number 2 spot. Hostile Cakes all went big there, aka Mary. We've got Inby Devon U, Destiny, Lily, Fayfire, Tony Love, Rescue Ninja, Tammy Lee, Candy Thunder, Bayfox, Trisha G, Ryu Kachiha, Nice Moon, Megs, Mine Not Yours, Daisy Desserts, Jerry Lee Go Forth, George Nicely, Bailey Chapman, Ms. No, Toxic Teen, Real Broad Zuba, Pat Panda, words are hard, Zool, Catastrophe, Hoon, Miss Pamela L, Lyra Dabs, Michelle My Belle, Love My Family, Kayla C, Mela Oso, Rose, Toby Zeke, Amy Squidge, Bubsy, Ms. Pam's Vocals, and Paige Spade. Thank you guys so much for the love.
Some people are asking if TikTok goes away, will we still be posting on YouTube, and will we still be going live?
So nothing is going to change for us internally about the content that we create. When we go live, how much we go live, how much we post, it'll just be on the YouTube side. If TikTok does officially get shut down, we may add another platform, but we're not going to make that decision until it's final on the TikTok side. So we'll wait and see what happens there, but YouTube is safe. Like YouTube, we're going to keep rocking on. We're not giving up on this just because TikTok is going away, even though Candy Thunder said she was researching.
We're doing more content.
She was researching the divorce things because TikTok was shutting down. I hope that's a joke. But no, we're going to keep doing it. And we're actually producing more content because we're adding some new podcast things on there too. So yeah, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. You just have to go somewhere else to find us. That's all. So we've unlocked a spicy story and Candy Thunder feedback. Now, the next thing we're going to unlock is a Caden Thunder appearance, a spicy story, and a helmet. Caden plus spicy plus helmet. That sounds wrong altogether, but you know what I mean. Caden spicy helmet. Yeah, that does. It sounds worse every time I say it. Okay, we are going for 15 hundo high bears. High bears are the goal now. Whoa, TikTok Live Studio is laggy for me. Super lag. Is it Caden in the helmet? I think Caden, yeah, Caden, are you okay wearing the helmet, Caden?
You both can wear a helmet.
He'll have the cool one. I'll have the authentic one back from Air and Space Museum. Okay. Wait. Spicy story. So I probably need to wait to read this until Candy Thunder's back, right? Okay. I will bounce to our next regularly scheduled story, and once she gets back from picking up Ava Thunder from school, then we'll dive into the spicy story. Hey there, it's Dusty with another story for you here. This one is Am I the Astronaut? I, 30 female, took and burned my boyfriend's, 34 male, old Valentine's Day cards without him knowing. Oh, Candy Thunder just pulled up and then sped away. Let me get a poll started for this. I'll read the title again. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Starting the poll. Here we go. Poll has begun. Am I the astronaut? I took and burned my boyfriend's old Valentine's Day cards without him knowing. So they weren't Valentine's Day cards from OP. They were from other people, apparently. So she took it and burned it without him knowing. The without him knowing, to me, says that OP knew it was wrong. So, yes. I'm going to go with an ASCON 2 here. You definitely shouldn't have done that. It could be a 1. It could be a 1. It's also one of these. We got some major insecurities going on here, right? Major. Your past does not exist. I cannot handle it. Wendy, don't worry. Sometimes we vote wrong. It happens. Yeah, Doroshko, say you're insecure without actually saying it. It's Tater Thunder and Ava Thunder in the house. Hello. What if I just walked around talking like this every day? Like at home too. Hello, wife.
It would be furthering my research on the internet. That's how you talk in the drive-thru.
I do talk like that in the drive-thru. Or I'll use an accent. Sometimes I'll use my good old boy accent. Well, hey there, let me get one of them four-piece strip meals with them big old waffle fries and the biggest sweet tea you got.
What do I say? Because we use the mobile app. If your accent fucks up my order.
Yeah, if my accent messes up her order, she'll never forgive me. And if TikTok shuts down, she'll leave me, apparently. I'm just kidding. I kid. AskCon 1 was the winner in the poll here. So you guys think AskCon 1. I was at AskCon 2. We'll see where we're at. The title again was Am I the Astronaut? I took and burned my boyfriend's old Valentine's Day cards without him knowing. Oh no. We did unlock the spicy story. This is not that. We'll read that after we get through this one. A bit of a confession. My boyfriend and I have been dating a year. We're at the point where we're not yet living together, but I spend a lot of time at his house. I first found some of the cards early on, about 6 of them, as they were just in the kitchen junk drawer at the back. Now they were all put in a plastic bag, but I was nosy and looked inside and read them. They were birthday/Valentine's cards from his ex of 2 years. I put them back and said nothing. Then a few months later, he said I could have a drawer for my things. So one day when he was out, I decided to clear out a drawer and found 2 more birthday cards, one from the ex and one from her son, who is not my boyfriend's son, just hers. There was a bit of a resentment in me. As the start of our relationship, he admitted that he was still hung up on his ex in the beginning. I didn't like the thought of him one day rereading those cards from her. I just want her to be gone and in the past. So I took those 2 cards home and burned them. Okay. It wasn't even just a card from his ex. It was a card from a kid. Red flag warning.
Why would you burn it?
The other 6 cards are still in his kitchen drawer. I've been contemplating taking those too, or pretending to stumble on them while looking for batteries and then just asking to throw them away. I know the mature thing is to leave them. They are his and he has the right to a past, but I would just like it if they were gone and not hanging around. Was this really wrong of me to do? Would it be obvious if I took the other cards and threw them away, or do you think he would notice? Too long don't read. My boyfriend every year has cards from his ex in his house that I want to sneakily throw away. I've already got rid of 2. Is it really wrong of me, or how do I go about this situation? Okay, so yeah, there are some problems here, OP. You know what's weird about this? It's weird that OP is like, I know the mature thing to do would be this, which I don't even think is the right thing. The mature thing, she says, is to just leave them there. I feel like the mature thing would be to communicate your fucking feelings. The mature thing would be to say, hey, I noticed that there are some cards there and it shouldn't bother me, but it does for some reason. And I think part of that might be because in the very beginning of our relationship, you communicated to me that you were still a little bit hung up on your ex. So I see those cards and it's a reminder of those words. And I just want to make sure that there's nothing to worry about. I worry that you're going to reread them and like fall back in love with them, decide to pursue that. I know that's unreasonable. I know this is a me problem, but I want you to understand how I feel. That would have been the mature thing to do, not just pretend like they're not there, not put them back, or not just leave them alone and pretend like nothing's happening. The mature thing to do is to communicate your fucking feelings. We don't know how he would have received this. We don't know any of that. But the mature thing would be to communicate that instead of going behind his back and doing something without his knowledge, which means that you knew it was wrong. And now you're like, I already did one thing wrong. I'm thinking about doing some more of it. Yes, you would be an even bigger asshole for that. Or really, I'm going to put you at 1 already because you know it's not the right thing and you chose to do the wrong thing anyway, but you're thinking about, like seriously contemplating, doing even more. Being there alone makes you an AskCon 1. You're like, yeah, I know it's not the right thing, but I'm not done yet. So what the hell? What? This is an insecurity issue. This is the kind of thing that that I would be like, hey, those are some big feelings. Why don't you journal those? Come back the next day, reread it, and see how you feel about it. This has been lingering for a while, so maybe you would validate your own feelings there and continue on this path. But this is the kind of thing that you've got to communicate about with your partner at some point, because what happens when he opens that drawer and he's like, hey, weren't there some cards in here? Or he's not going to say anything because he doesn't want to start a thing with you, but he's going to know what happened to them. And then it's going to damage his trust and relationship with you. There's no good that can come from this. You're not going to feel better. Now you've got this little guilt gremlin that's going to follow you around because you did some sneaky shit that he doesn't know about yet. You just traded one bad feeling for another. That's it. Devin says, why would you start a relationship with someone who's still hung up on their ex anyway? Good point. And maybe it's a reminder of that decision. Maybe that's it. Savage Karma, it's not okay. It's his stuff. 100%. Totally Radical says, everyone sucks here because why did he get with her if he was still hung up with an ex? Well, we don't know much about the dynamics of that relationship early on, because maybe they were hanging out very casually and he's like, hey, I really need to take this slow because I'm still not over my ex. I'm still not over. I don't have... saying you're not over somebody is a little different than saying I'm still hung up on them, right? Or I just got out of a serious relationship. It could be that he said that. He's allowed to have a past. He's allowed to have feelings. He's allowed to keep those cards. They're just dating. They don't even live together yet. But this is the kind of thing that you have to communicate about, OP, because what if you do end up moving in with him? Living with someone is where you start to learn how to communicate through tough situations, right? Let this be your first one. Now you've got to ask for forgiveness for the first shitty thing that you did and tell him what's in your mind and that little insecure demon, what it's telling you. It's telling you to take the other ones and burn them. You could stop this right now and communicate with him and apologize for doing what you already did and at least let your feelings be known so you guys as a team can decide how to move forward from this, not you as an individual. That's the only way to save this. Getting rid of the cards or not, it doesn't mean he wants his ex still. Yeah, you know what? It could just be that he had an attachment to his ex's son. There's sentimental value there because it wasn't just his ex. It was a little blended family for a bit, and you cannot pretend that shit just doesn't exist. You can't. You can't. Shaz, getting rid of the one from the child is unforgivable in my opinion. Yeah, that makes it a lot shittier. A whole lot shittier. It's like you're insecure about a kid.
Twisted said maybe it was he doesn't remember it's in the drawer because we all have drawers full of shit that we
Twisted, yeah. It's possible. It's entirely possible that he doesn't even remember it's there. It's his place. It was a junk drawer. It's possible. You found a what?
I said when we moved from our old house to our new house, we found a note from one of my exes, and you didn't care.
Yeah, you found a note from one of your exes.
About it if she found it somewhere else other than the back of a trunk.
Yeah, you know, if it was like in a very sentimental place, or you know, like
like a
with
shrine.
a bunch of safe documents or something, like okay, more cause for concern. Shoved in the back of a junk drawer, ain't it? Ain't it? Ain't it? Amber, thank you so much for the reminder about tapping. We are over the 50% mark here, which is great because we're just a little over 50% through with the stream today. So we're already at 539, just call it 540K likes here at 53%, going for a milli. We're already at 85% of the shares goal here too. So hell yeah. Pug Mom says, sorry, but if a man did that, it's a red flag, but it's not for her. Sorry to say that. No, it's a big red flag for her. It's a big red flag. It's a red flag to anybody who does that, regardless of their gender. That is an insecurity allowing them to self-destruct, to damage a relationship. And when your insecurity takes the wheel, boy, like life becomes a lot more difficult. What were you saying, Tater?
I said you held up the red flag.
Yeah. We're at $12.75, a 15 hundo on the high bears right now. Again, that unlocks Caden Thunder and a spicy story and helmet time. But you already unlocked a spicy story and Candy Thunder feedback, so we're going to dive into that. Let's do it. Let me see if I can find it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for one of these. Spicy story time. You can't hear the crackling, but it's there. Title of this story is Am I the Astronaut for Not Letting My Husband Meet Our Firstborn Child? Well, that sounds like a pretty serious crime. Let's do a poll. We'll get into the context later, but let's roll the dice and see what, let's see what chat thinks here. Am I the astronaut for not letting my husband meet our firstborn child? Okay, I'm gonna go ask on one on this because not allowing a parent to meet a child is a huge, huge deal. However, I got a feeling this hubby is not meeting this child for a reason that is his fault, and it's probably the right thing to do. I got that feeling, but I'm notwithstanding any of that information, ask on one. He could be a complete douche canoe, and in that case, it's going to be an NTA. But I'm going hard here because if he's done nothing wrong, not letting him meet his child is a BFD. BFD! Alex, assuming mother-in-law issues. Oh, that's worthy. ESH is probably the safest bet here. I rolled the dice. Ask on 1-1. I probably led all of you astray. It probably is an ESH or an NTA. Let's find out. My husband has this best friend, Anna. They've been friends for a long time and dated years ago, mutually deciding that it's best for them to remain friends. I've had no problem with this relationship up until now. On the day that I gave birth, Anna's brother got into a car accident. My husband got a call from her in the middle of the night and asked him if he could drop her at the hospital her brother was at an hour away from us since she was too scared to drive. My husband agreed, told me quickly while I was half asleep, and rushed out. A few hours later, I had contractions and called my husband. He didn't pick up after multiple tries, so I gave up and called my dad, who drove me to the local hospital 12 minutes away. I was so scared of giving birth alone since I've had about three miscarriages and one stillborn. My husband promised me that no matter what, he'd be there for me. Guess what? He wasn't. We called multiple times while I was in labor, and when he finally picked up my dad's call when I was giving birth, saying that he'd misplaced his phone in the chaos, my dad informed him that no matter how fast he drives anymore, he's gonna miss the birth of his child. Well, my husband took that as he's already screwed up, so it doesn't matter when he shows up at this point. So when he finally came, our daughter was about 5 hours old, and I had already moved to the maternity ward. Hold the fucking phone. We're already in red mode because this is a spicy story, but you're not going to get here in time because you fucked up is not a signal to go ahead and wait 5 more hours or wait longer or fuck around. Like, it's not. You've already failed, so go ahead and fail a whole lot harder. That will help the situation. When he came, I refused to let him see our baby. Edit, did let husband hold and play with her baby after discharge. Because I was so high in emotions and was shaking when I saw him and didn't want it negatively affecting my time with the baby. I wanted her birth to be a happy time, and I was already struggling to feed her. My husband was in a bad state and told me to please let him see her, so I told him to stand by the window and held up the baby so he could see her. I told him then to leave and he'll be allowed to interact with the baby at my father's home when we're both well and out of the hospital, and that I was most likely divorcing him. He started bawling and apologizing and defended himself by saying that Anna's brother was in serious critical condition, and although he's fine, Anna needed him. Though Anna's parents were there, she's not that close with them, and she was in an unbearable state. I told him that I didn't care, and that his daughter has already come second to him, and all she did was be born. I'm putting my daughters and my health first and won't let her be sidelined. My husband agreed and left. However, Anna called me later and said that I was being controlling and she never met somebody as cruel as me for not letting a father see his baby. I told her that my husband made his decision and that this was his doing, not mine. But now I can't help but feel cruel in my actions and feel like I'm depriving my baby of both of her parents being together. My husband sees her a few hours each day now. Am I the astronaut? there is an edit before that. A moment for you, chat. Especially after he got the phone call. Doodles Dragon, yeah. For me, it's there's a fuck up, number one, leaving when your wife is 99.9% of the way to labor. You don't leave her side. You don't. And you know what? If you've got a friend who's in an emergency, you find someone else to go with them. You don't leave your wife's side. You left her alone. 8 billion weeks pregnant to go help a friend. And I understand there's like your heart was in the right place trying to help a friend here, but you have to understand what you risked to do that. Strike one. Strike two, misplacing your phone and all of the mayhem. Guess what? Your wife's 8,000 weeks pregnant. You don't get to misplace your phone. That's not the kind of thing that you're allowed to fucking do. Strike two. Finally gets a hold of you and say, and what your dad or her dad says, it doesn't matter how fast you drive, you're not going to make it in time. So he takes that as a signal to just fuck around and take his time and effectively make it so much worse. Strike three, you're done. You're done, man. Like you made the wrong choice at every turn, and Anna doesn't get a fucking say. She doesn't get a say. I'm sorry, she doesn't. She's actually the source of the problem here, so she sure as shit doesn't get a say. Let's dive into the oven. The oven? Let's dive into the oven. Let's dive into the edit. I was going to say update and edit, and somehow that turned into oven. Edit 1. I feel like this is useful information and could explain why I was so mad. Anna's brother was not in a life or death situation. He had serious injuries, but most were concentrated on his legs and arm. He did have a concussion, but gained consciousness soon. Anna was there along with both of her parents who managed all the hospital stuff. My husband was there as an emotional support for Anna. Ugh. Yeah. I did let my husband see our baby right after I got discharged. Edit, husband saw the baby, husband held baby, husband played with baby. I wanted a couple of days of rest and bonding with the baby since my emotions were so high, and I was afraid if my husband was a continuous presence, I'd get stressed and something bad would happen. I told him as such. They spend time together, but I'm still cold with him. I may still be the asshole, but I don't know. But I'm still so mad at him, and it's not the first time he put Anna before me. I can forgive the other times since I could handle it, but this time was the last straw. I was so scared to hold my baby because I was paranoid the minute I touch her, something might happen to her, and no one was there to comfort me. I only had my dad, but he wasn't in the delivery room, which is why I'm not too keen on forgiving my husband. Oh, she went solo.
That's unforgivable.
She went solo during childbirth? Also, we both knew the baby was due any time now, so I don't understand why my husband didn't have his phone on him. We even tried reaching out to Anna, and she didn't pick up either. After he learned I was giving birth, they already knew that Anna's brother was going to be all right. He spent that time making sure that Anna was okay and feeding her, and then waiting for the brother to regain consciousness. He could have come back after seeing his daughter to talk with the brother. He could have made it back in time. Edit 2. So many of you got it wrong. I'm not preventing him from ever seeing his baby. That is stupid and unreasonable. He literally saw her about a day later when we were discharged and safely at my dad's home. He already didn't see her for 5 hours on purpose and put Anna first. I didn't think an additional day would make much of a difference, and it wasn't to him. He was happy to see the baby, and he spends time with her all the time. She's 2 months old now. Also, I'm not mad about the fact that he went to see Anna. I'm mad that he didn't think that we were a high priority to rush back to. He left me so quickly in the middle of the night when I was already late. He couldn't have left Anna in the care of her parents and rushed as soon as possible. She's not a child, and she doesn't have any mental health issues either. Edit 3. So sorry for all the edits, but someone just messaged me this. What if my baby was born a stillborn again? He had no way to know since he and I didn't have any contact after I gave birth. Thank the stars, my baby is healthy and well, but it was a possibility. Edit/update 4. Thank you to everyone for your replies. I think that I was an asshole for using my child against him and should have told him that he could hold and then asked him to leave. So the divorce is probably going to happen. My brother's looking at lawyers for me. In the midst of this whole mess, this post made me realize I never checked on Anna's brother to see how he's healing because I know I was so irked by Anna. I called him and he said that he was doing well and will be out of his wheelchair soon. He asked about me and the baby and how I was doing with the split and if I was okay with my husband and Anna. I cannot believe I was so oblivious. I thought they had an emotional affair thing going on, but because of this, and when I confronted my husband, he denied it and said me and our baby were his priority, and he made a mistake, and he was being dumb. Yeah, no, Anna's brother kindly informed me that he and Anna's parents thought my husband and I split when I was 7 months pregnant, and that Anna and he were back on. So he's, okay, not even hiding, like, he's only hiding it from you, OP. Cool. He showed up at the hospital as Anna's boyfriend, which is why they didn't bat an eye that he was there and not with his pregnant wife, because apparently we split. Her brother's procedures were done well before the afternoon, so I don't know that my husband and Anna were doing for all those hours. I don't even want to know. If you want more details, I can answer in a comment. Thanks everybody for your kind words and advice. I will be moving back home and filing for custody. I don't want my baby growing up to be like her father or Anna. He can be fun dad or whatever it is he wants to be. Last edit. I think I'm going to be taking a break from Reddit now because ranting on the internet doesn't seem healthy. Thanks everybody for their support. I'll take it from here. And to give us some feedback on this, the one and only Spicy Tater.
Candy Thunder.
Welcome back up, Tater Rooney.
Seasoned french fry.
A seasoned french fry. What do you think here?
Where do you even start?
Did you know that they were cheating from the beginning?
I mean, it seemed like that, yeah. Because here's the thing. To find out that the person that you love, like your spouse, doesn't love you, and to find out in the moment, after facing infant loss and multiple miscarriages, and you find out in the moment that you're giving birth, no matter what the reason was that he didn't answer his phone, like unless he was no longer on this planet, it's unforgivable. Like to not show up and support someone who has lost so much, he lost so much, and to not show up and support that person in that moment is unforgivable. And then to find out that that person no longer loves you, and that's the reason that they didn't show up. I mean, and someone said that this was their husband in chat, and I'm like, how?
That you, Anna?
Where are these? Like, how does somebody do this to another human being?
Yeah, how do you feel about Anna waiting until she was 7 months pregnant to be like, I'm gonna steal your man?
That's probably what spurred her to steal her man. And you know, the thing, I'm not a fan of being friends with your ex, especially when you're married. But I understand it if it doesn't work and you remain friends. Like, I understand that, but this kind of situation where like there were still obvious feelings because she said that he had chosen Anna over them multiple times, like over their relationship multiple times. That is not something I would ever be able to support or just stand by and watch happen. Like, that would be a hard pass for me from the relationship. Yeah. To know that I'm not your main focus. I'm not the person that you care about the most. Like, it's always going to be somebody else. And I don't know. Candy don't share.
How do you feel about, do you feel like she used the child against him?
No.
I don't either.
She respected her own emotions. And in that moment, like I said, to find out that your husband doesn't give two shits about you, even though you guys have been through tremendous loss, is the fact that I wouldn't want to see him either. And I wouldn't want him around something that means the world to me that I'm trying to protect. Because in that moment, he's the villain. In that moment, he's the one that's hurting your family. And so, no, I wouldn't want him around it. Yeah. And like she said, as soon as she was discharged, and at the end of the day, I don't think it's right to keep a parent from seeing their child.
Same.
But this might be the only one where it's like, he had a choice, and he made the choice not to be there. He showed up 5 hours later. He made that choice. Yeah. If he had showed up as soon as he got the call and he was there within the hour, maybe things would have happened differently. But he made the fucking choice not to show up. And so I think he set the precedent, and she just followed it.
And it was because the procedural part of the hospital was done so far before.
Yeah, I mean, they were having sex. Yeah. Like, obviously.
Yep.
They didn't answer their phones. They were unreachable. Like,
yeah.
Clearly they were doing it.
Yeah. While
this
one
dude.
was having his baby, he was making another
Yeah.
one with another lady.
And also to know that the person that, like, he's chosen over you, like, is probably this woman, Anna, is going to play a role in her child's life, and she's going to have to live with this for the rest of her life. Like, that's fucking hard. That's brutal.
It is tough. I have some concerns about that. First of all, I don't have an issue with, I don't feel like she used the child against him because right after giving birth,
Right.
there's the bonding that needs to happen. There's the getting started with latching and feeding that needs to happen. And stress can negatively impact so many
Agreed.
of those things.
Yes.
So even if it wasn't him, if it was another family member that induces stress, like keep stress out of that room.
Right.
Right. And he was a whole fucking roller coaster of stress. So yeah, you don't get to come in. I'm sorry. That was your choice to become that level of stress. I don't think that's using the child against him. I think that's protecting the child.
Exactly, yes.
And protecting mom's health at the same time. That's where I'm at for that. I think the problem that I see is that Anna could have some resentment toward this child. And if she's going to be involved in this child's upbringing as a stepmom, not using the word bonus mom because I don't think that's what she's going to be here, I would be concerned and I would want to monitor closely the relationship between Anna and this child.
Right. I would not trust Anna to not, like you said, I wouldn't trust her.
Yeah.
And
And how do you communicate
know.
that to Dad here, who's already been hoodwinked by her? I don't know. Because she's not going to be able to control visitation with Dad, but Dad's going to have his kid around Anna, and Anna could treat this kid like shit behind his back. Like, how do you put Dad on high alert for that kind of thing?
I mean, Dad already chose Anna over him, over child and wife. So at this point, do we even think that he'll care about being a part of his child's life if he has Anna? Because he already made his choice. And he chose.
Well, at first he chose both, right? Because he tried to leave the double life. And then he fucked that up by fucking that up.
I don't know. But at the end of the day, there's a system and they have to follow whatever the courts say. And that's, I don't know.
agree.
I would file for full custody, though.
I would too. Because there's a lot of risk there.
Yeah. And Anna lying to her family, Christy.
Yeah.
That's, ugh. You're both stuck. Anna and hubby.
Bailey Chapman dropping the greeting
that's so
card.
cool.
Thank you so much.
Very
That's the first
cool.
time I've seen that.
Me
Very
too.
cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, we'll get a new goal set up here. We hit the high bears. So y'all have unlocked the Caden Thunder appearance, the spicy story number 2, and helmet time. Hell yeah. Y'all are awesome. In particular order here, Bailey Chapman led the board with Mela Oso not far behind. Look at you go. Joyful Stranger, Overkill Mill, Ryu Kochiha, Darcy LC, Sir Gotham Knight, Angel. Good to see you here. And we mentioned this in the very beginning of the stream, but Angel made a donation last week to go toward this, or Sunday, directly for our confetti fund for today's stream. So we've already put one to use. We've got a giant confetti cannon we'll use toward the end too. Faye Fire, Anise Moon, Cade Jackson, Hostel Cakes, Lalal, Inby Devon U, Daisy Desserts, Bayfox, Doodles Dragon, Aria My Moonlights, Echo Schwartz, Blue Eye Nurse, Ms. Pamela L, Ali Franz, Jelly 55, Rose, Saucy Verito, Lil Squishy, Ali V26, Jane Liz, user 252470923, Ann M. Brecker, Jackie Kelly, KKSY, Ms. No, Toxic Teen, Real Broad Zuba, Lisa Kreiner Plummel, Kristen Museum Girl, Jarby, Jenny Lee, Antsu, Big Hearted Bo, Trinity Wilbur, Candy CLKB, Crispy Bacon, Stephanie Rickle, Jerry Lee Go Forth, and Totally Radical. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. You know, reading that list is going to be something that I really, really miss. It's fun. I feel like it's fun, and I run out of breath, and I fuck up names because words are hard. But I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss it. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But if it does, I'm going to miss it. Okay, the next thing we're going to unlock is a cake story and confetti and a helmet. Cake story plus confetti plus helmet. And we are going for what? see if I can find this. There it is. We are going for 500 donuts. Y'all hit the shares goal. Look at you go. And we're at 81% of the likes goal. We're gonna get there, by golly. We're gonna get there. We're live for another 32 minutes at least. We gonna get there. Okay, so we've unlocked Caden Thunder, the spicy story, and a helmet. Which would you like first?
Producers.
All right, ladies and gents, here he is, your other boy. Let's bring him up.
Ladies and gentlemen. Caden
We'll do that.
Hey,
Looks like you just woke up. There you go.
how are you guys doing? I bet you're gonna miss seeing me, huh?
Of course they will.
Are we putting these on?
Yeah, see, I get the old looking one. That's like when they played football with leather helmets.
Yours is
It's authentic. Yeah.
authentic, straight from the
It smells like Buzz Aldrin's ballsack. Like, that's how I know it's real.
Smells so great.
This is the newfangled, like, fancier, high-tech thing here.
Yeah.
What?
How do you know what that smells like?
I
How
can.
do you not know what that smells like?
I can hear space in here.
Fuck is happening?
Will there be Caden on YouTube? Of course I'll be there on YouTube. I'll still pop up. I'll still be there. We'll still be around. Nothing's really going anywhere. It's just gonna be on YouTube. So I actually edit all of the YouTube videos and TikTok videos and stuff, and I'm the one who helps get those published. So I can promise you guys there's plenty of content over there.
The only
So
going way of TikTok is they're fired.
Caden seems like he's always. Why would you do that?
that was so loud. Confetti. Yeah,
Puzzle time.
puzzle time. Puzzle time.
There we go. Puzzle good. Puzzle good.
Can't puzzle this.
Woo!
You know I don't like it.
What do you when
Whee!
yeah.
That was such a high pitched scream. I apologize.
You squeal?
It was very high pitched.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It was a squeal, that's for sure.
Is there going to miss puzzle time?
knock on
Yeah,
your
puzzle time. We're all gonna miss puzzle time, huh? On TikTok. TikTok puzzle time.
Miss that.
Are you guys gonna miss TikTok puzzle time? I
Miss
know
all
I
the
am.
glitchiness in TikTok Live Studio.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah.
miss. Gina, he threw your phone. Oh no.
Yeah, it's just frightening. Frightening.
How do you do GIFs in YouTube, Big Bo? So they're called supers there, and it's not like they don't have different animations and stuff. It's just you donate X amount, but it highlights your comments, so you can actually use that to show up in chat easier, and it is a lot easier to see they call them supers, the super comments, especially when chat gets busy. So
Yes,
they do it
definitely.
different.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Do I have a favorite story? My favorite story of all time? I don't know. I've edited like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, and they all blur together. But I remember there being this one story, and there was like some crazy, like incestuous stuff going on, and it was like Game of Thrones drama, and like it may have been a YouTube member story. I don't know, but it was super spicy, and it was like 40 minutes. It was great. That was my favorite.
Super Spice. Hey,
What?
Dark Angel, that dragon crown was super cool.
The Annoyatrons. That was a great
Oh
one.
yeah.
You can't, you gotta give the Annoyatrons credit.
Eco, you can actually submit that to us directly if you go to dusty-thunder.com. There is a share your story submission form there. Just be aware that it doesn't guarantee that we'll use that story. It will put it in our hands if you don't want to share it out to Reddit though.
The guy that put beans in his friend's shoes.
Yeah, Bean Shoe Guy.
That was a good one too.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Pretty good.
All right, guys. I'll let you get back to doing what you're and then you're watching, and I'm gonna go.
Caden Thunder, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, words are real hard. Words are real hard. The husband trying to throw the steak out of the window. That was fantastic. That was really funny.
That was a good one.
That was really, really funny. right, let me get back to this. So we have another spicy story to read then. We have a spicy number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one of these to read. Another. Not, just kidding. I kid. Oh, you hit the donut goal? Oh, well, let's talk about that for a second then. Uh-oh. Hold up. TikTok is a spinning wheel for me. Oh, now it's okay. Now it's okay. Whoa, that was scary for a second. Can I get a gift list?
Shutting down early.
Yeah, it's like, boom, you're done. You're done. There's the duck. There's the duck. Let me go through this and then get a little bit of catch up done for these special non-goal related gifts here as well. Bailey Chapman led the board on this one with Hostile Cakes in that number 2 spot again. You guys are rocking it. Mela Oso, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Crystal Williams, Clerkies, Just Beth 72, Iko Schwartz, Janice C 2014, Blue Eye Nurse, Aria My Moonlight, Andrea Bachman, Anise Moon, Real Broad Zuba, Bay Fox, Savage Karma, Tony Love, Jilly 55, E. Tate Johnson, Eye Patch Penny, Ms. Pamela L, Diana White, Candy CLKB, and Spread Love and Joy. Thank you guys. Thank you. Now that I mentioned like how much I'm gonna miss reading that, every time I read it, it's like like a bittersweet moment. It's a bittersweet moment. So you've unlocked Cake Story and Confetti and Helmet 2. We're unlocking all the unlocks here. All of them. Next one up is Confetti, Shark Head, and Shirt Change. Shark Head. And it is what? Got it. Got it. Confetti. Well, that's being weird. Confetti plus Shark Head and Shirt Change. Got it. Okay, we are going for 3K Tiny Dinies. Y'all are at 92% of the likes goal. You're at 101%. Already crushed that shares goal. 92%. We're at 930K. So I guess 93%. Pinning this for the Tiny Dinies right there. Also, we've had some unrelated things. Stuff Funky. Let me get rid of this notification so I can actually see the goals here. Hey, Fayfire. Happy gosh heckin' birthday to your daughter. What is her name? What's your daughter's name, Fayfire? Happy gosh heckin' birthday to her. Also, gosh dang, TikTok with their notifications popping up covering the gifters here. It ain't cool. Stop it. Becca, drop of the heart there, Stefanki. Lady Divine. Rodney Strangerfield. Louie with that goose. Louie with that goose there, Steph. Angel with it, Chasing the Dream. Hell yeah, thank you. Blue Eye Nurse, Shenanigan, Sandy. Louie again with the relaxed goose. Steph with the diamond microphone. Janine had the woolly hat. Fancy Dino Penguin with a rock star. Fancy Dino Penguin with the relaxed goose there too. Dark Angel had the dragon crown, which was baller. Doodles Dragon, Deidre, Firestar. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the love. Jen here, see you up there as well. Let me get back down to the bottom of the list here. We're Tiny Diny focused now. Rachie dropping 42. Chelsea Leanne dropping 14. Bailey Chapman dropping 105. Hell yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Thank you so much. Thank you. Fayfire, what was your daughter's name? Did we get it? Kaylee, happy gosh heckin' birthday to you, Kaylee. Happy gosh heckin' birthday, Kaylee. That is awesome. Wait, are we ranked?
Yeah.
What are we ranked?
Number 7.
Number 7? It's like, since you're going to be going away soon, we'll go ahead and rank you. It's fine. Let's go. Books, Coffee, Tea with the Galaxy. Angel with the Panda Hug. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. We're seeing all the cool stuff here. All of it. Okay, so you want me to go to Spicy Story now, though, correct?
Spicy number 2.
Spicy number 2?
Mac knows about this. That's what he said. He had a spicy number 2.
It must be chili related. Hey, Fancy Dino Penguin with a woolly hat. That was a cool one, too. Thank you. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with one of these for you. Another spicy story. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Poisoning My Roommate After He Kept Stealing My Food? This one sounds familiar. Have we read this?
No.
Okay.
I thought the same thing.
Candy Thunder.
I read
Okay,
it.
verified. We have not done this one. Am I the astronaut for poisoning my roommate after he kept stealing my food? Let's get a general thought on this. I know this is going to be split. We've done a couple of these before. And it could be like a playful, fun thing, or this can be like a serious health hazard. So let's do a poll. I'm interested to see where this ends up. Poll has started. Am I the astronaut for, in quotes, poisoning my roommate after he kept stealing my food? I think it's a pretty obvious answer here. This is an ESH for me. I don't know the story yet, but based on title alone, ESH. I mean, messing with people's digestive systems can be a dangerous, dangerous game. Dangerous game. Oh, so yeah, especially if allergy related. I don't know. I can't imagine my life's mission on any given day being to make someone pee out their butt. I can't imagine it. Nope. Hey, you guys hit the freaking likes goal. Look at that. A milli got checking likes. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Okay, NTA won this one. Oh! Hey, yo, no squeals? You knew it was coming, yeah. No squeals?
He flashed it at me.
He flashed you?
He flashed the confetti cannon at me.
I'm gonna have to
They're
talk
coming
to.
for you,
I'm gonna have to talk to HR.
I am HR.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to HR about this. Okay, NTA won this one by a pretty wide margin. Let's find out. Let's find out where it is. We are in spicy mode, red light mode already. So I, female 25, live with my roommate, male 27. I originally lived alone, but due to some financial difficulties, I invited him to live with me. Well, to be specific, one of my friends told me about him when I told everybody I was searching for a roommate. He was fine at first. He didn't smoke and didn't do drugs, so I let him live with me. It's a pretty basic list of...
Sorry, that was very...
You'd be like, hey, do you smoke? No. Do you do drugs? No. You want to stay with me? Maybe ask more questions, especially because this is a female inviting in a male roommate. He pays half of the rent and utilities. But we've had some serious issues lately. I work full-time late into the night, so I cook for myself before leaving for work. It was all good for a few months until recently. Whenever I came home, I noticed that my food was missing. I'd ask him about it, and he would deny it over and over again, every single time. I even started to label everything I made with my name, but my food still kept disappearing, which pissed me off. Now, for some additional context, I'm not even a huge fan of nuts. I don't crave them. I don't eat much of them at all, but my roommate is severely allergic. He told me when he came to live with me, he cannot consume anything with nuts, so I've avoided nuts in our shared space completely for the sake of his allergy. But after weeks of my food going missing and him always denying it, I just snapped. The thing is, literally no one lives here other than me and him, and he doesn't really have a lot of friends that I don't know since he joined my friend group after moving here. I know for a fact that he doesn't have anyone staying over, so it was him. Plus, I even caught him eating my food a few times, so that just shows that he's a sly pig. I remember preparing some cooked ribs for myself to reheat after I returned home from work. It was going to be an especially tiring day, so as usual, I labeled the container with the ribs and left for work. I sent him a message telling him not to eat it with a picture of the container. However, alas, the food was gone. At this point, I was so pissed that I decided I was going to mess with him. I went out of my way to buy almond powder and put it in my trap meal of mac and cheese. I gave this guy a chance to spare his life. I told him not to eat it. I even made sure to tell him, hey, that mac and cheese is mine. Don't touch it. I even sent a message with a picture of it as usual. I was being extra clear, and just to make sure everything went according to plan, I secretly set up a camera to record the kitchen. Later that night, I came back and saw that he'd eaten the entire batch. The pig was so fucking inconsiderate that he just left the reheated container on the table. I decided to take the camera with me and decided to head out to the bar. If he hadn't eaten the mac and cheese, I would have stayed home and binged Netflix, but he ate it. So I might as well enjoy myself while he struggles with his allergy. So as expected, a few hours later, I found out that he was in the hospital with an allergic reaction. His mom used his phone to call me, being furious. She was screaming at me, accusing me of being a monster and poisoning her son by feeding him nuts. I told her that it was food not meant for him and sent her proof. I told her to read the messages I sent him, which showed the container and my reminder that he shouldn't eat it. However, his mom started berating me for being careless, asking why I would have something that he can't eat. I just responded, I told him not to eat the mac and cheese and even labeled it. I got pissed and screamed into the phone that if he can't respect that and he keeps taking my food, then I don't know what else to do. I told her that I've been very clear about this for months and that he keeps on stealing my food and denying it. She She then started bullshitting, asking me if I even cared about him. I told her I didn't, because I've repeatedly told him not to steal my food. I told her that he denied it every single time and would still eat it even if I specifically messaged him not to eat it and labeled the container. I even told her I had video evidence of the whole thing. She didn't want to hear it and started crying, but honestly, I didn't feel guilty at all. I felt like this was the only way that he would learn. I tried conversations, messages, and everything else I could think of, but he could just cook for himself. How is it my fault? It's not like I put it in his food, it was mine. But everybody is calling me a psycho, but I don't get why I'm the bad guy. I specifically told him not to eat the food. His family clearly raised him to think it was okay to take things that weren't his, and now I'm the one being vilified. But at the same time, I know he's kind of broke, and he can't afford hospital bills right now, so I do feel guilty about that. So, am I the astronaut, or was it justified in teaching him a lesson about respecting my food? There is an edit. Before we get into that, thoughts?
Yikes. Yeah.
Ugh. I mean, I think where OP is the asshole here is because she knew there was a high likelihood that he would eat it. She knew there was a high likelihood that her trap was going to trigger an allergic reaction. And not knowing deep, like the intricate details of his allergic reaction, like, he could have died. She could have actually...
I would have specifically said there are nuts in this.
Yeah, I was hoping OP did say, like, there's almond powder in there, don't effing do it. Or and then be like, and from moving forward, there will be almond powder in everything that I cook to make sure that you don't steal it.
Yes, exactly. That would have saved.
That would have been a much better plan.
Yeah.
But not mentioning it when you knew there was a high likelihood that he would eat it means that you risked his life to make a fucking point, and that's not okay. It's not okay that he stole your food either, but it's not okay to risk somebody's life here.
Get a lock. Or get a fridge.
You think he would eat it anyway if it had the almond powder in it?
And at that point, she's
absolved of any guilt
Yeah.
at all, because it's not.
I would just get stickers that say contain nuts.
If this became a legal case, I think she would be in a little bit of trouble because she did it and then set up this whole trap so that she could prove that he did it when he wasn't supposed to, but she did that knowing there was a high likelihood that he would actually take it and eat it, and there's precedent set for that because of all the times he's done it before, right? So she knew he was going to eat it and chose to give him an allergic reaction, and that is the problem here. I'm not saying like retaliation of some kind isn't warranted here, but there are just so many better ways that don't risk somebody's life. And
Like a fucking lock.
yeah, a lock would be a good idea, or what we talked about with putting nuts in it and telling him that it's there so that my confetti laden. I'm getting deconfettied here. Yeah, I don't know. There's a much better way, and I think that OP went a little bit far. I understand the level of frustration, but you got to be able to check yourself here and be like, am I about to do something real stupid, or is this okay? So maybe you should have gone to Reddit before doing this, OP, so that people could have been like, hey, don't do that.
Someone said a lawyer in the room here, not the asshole.
A lawyer in the room here, not the asshole. Even if the law isn't coming after her for it, it's still not something that I could do. You know what I mean?
I would have kicked him out before.
Yeah, eviction probably a good idea, because now he's going to have hospital bills that originated from your malicious intent, and he's going to be like, hey, I can't pay rent these 3 months because I had to pay the hospital bills for the fucking trick that you played. And then you're fucked. So what are you going to do?
But he deserved it.
Edit! A lot of people are saying that I could get into legal issues or something for putting nuts into the food. The thing is, I made him sign a roommate agreement when we decided to live together where I specified the food is something that we will not share, including cost, and our groceries and food should not be touched by the other person. I don't think that absolves you from this. I added this because he tends to eat a lot of unhealthier food, such as delivery, while I tend to make my own food to save money. Also, to clarify, I did not consume nuts only because I was considering his allergy. When we started living together, he literally said I could eat them if I wanted, but I just didn't because I didn't really need to and I wanted to be considerate. And then later on decided I changed my mind and I wanted to unalive him. Edit 2. I would respond in the comments, but there's too many. I learned that his allergy isn't that severe. I was discussing this with my friends, and one guy literally mentioned that the dude took a bite of a granola bar with nuts in it once and just used an EpiPen. In fact, apparently it's not life-threatening if he doesn't eat it in high dosages. I sprinkled a tiny bit because I was going to eat the mac and cheese myself later if it was there. I checked with my neighbors, and they literally said that his mom, they think it's his mom at least, picked him up and drove him to the hospital. It wasn't like an ambulance was called. He's literally okay, and he's texting his friends right now. His mom wants me to pay for the hospitalization, though, and I'll revisit that later. So for all the comments saying that I attempted unaliving, no, I didn't. I'm very thankful that he isn't severely allergic. He hasn't messaged me yet, so I sent him a message asking if he was okay. You didn't know that it wasn't a severe allergy until after the fact, lady. And I like how everything now is just an argument trying to protect herself. Well, I think your original post is all the incriminating evidence that's needed here, and it was a bad idea. Don't double down on it being a terrible idea by trying to justify it now and say that it wasn't wrong. That's when you become an ASCON 1. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I'm not putting you there quite yet. I'm giving you 2 for you definitely shouldn't have done this.
Where would you put the stealer of food?
The food stealer? I'd put him right at ASCON 2 as well. So we've got an ESH ASCON 2 situation here.
I'd put him at 1.
No, you're right. He's 1. He's an ASCON
He's
1
malicious.
because his was malicious intent. So was OP's. It could be an ASCON 1 all around, but I don't know. I have a little bit more understanding for OP side of things here, where OP was just driven to insanity by this and was like, fine, I'll fucking do this. But again, I think if this got into a legal issue, I think OP might be in a little bit of trouble there because they did it knowing there was a high likelihood that he would ingest it, knowing that he had an allergy, not knowing how severe that allergy was. So it doesn't look good. But as an ESH, everybody sucks here. Everybody. And I think there are so many other options available than physical harm. There's so many other options available to prove your point, make your point, and to change his behavior. I think this is one that should never be on the table. And a lot of people, he broke the contract. Well, sure, but does that equal bodily harm? I don't think a court would agree. You know what I mean? And what if
She is absolved. She told him not to eat it.
it doesn't matter? It doesn't matter that she told him not to eat it. It matters that she set up a trap knowing that there was a high likelihood that he would eat it and that he had an allergy, not knowing how strong that allergy was. I don't know. So even if legally she's not on the hook for that, it's fucking wrong because of all that. Yes, she told him not to eat it.
I would have just said there's nuts in everything that I
But
made.
then put the almond powder in there and didn't tell him about it just in case he did, so that he would have an allergic reaction. Like, she chose to do something that should not be done here. And I understand a lot of people are NTA, and it's like, well, she fucking told him. Yeah, she told him. But there was a trap laid in here too, and there was a precedent set that she knew he was going to eat it because of the precedent of him doing it so many times before. And there was a precedent on his side too, where because he had eaten so much of her food, he had no reason to suspect that there would be any nuts in this. Unless she had said something. So it's a terrible fucking situation. You guys shouldn't be roommates, for one. Sounds like old boy needs to be living with his mama for a while. And that would probably be the way to go here. And I'm all for trickery. I'm all for, like, making him shit himself or something, but just not something that is this volatile and that you have too many unknowns about and that could go sideways. And if he had perished, you'd be in some deep shit. Just saying.
Yeah, EpiPen
Just
is
saying.
serious. EpiPen is the point where it becomes a serious allergy.
Right. Mama is overbearing, and that's why he doesn't live with her, but she was his rescue line. And then she was the one who spoke for him whenever OP had to have a conversation. So yeah, this is not a guy that needs to be living with anybody. Probably needs to go back with Mama, who at least can take care of him and make sure that he eats a meal that's not stealing somebody else's food that could have almond powder in it. You know what I mean? There's a limit to pain creates change. Look, There's a lot of all or nothing attitude in chat right now. And I respect it. Your opinion is your opinion. We're not going to agree on everything because we're different people who've lived different lives. But my opinion here is that there isn't one victim and one aggressor. Not every situation is like that. You can have multiple assholes that are doing battle against each other here. And while the food stealing that led up to this, OP was the victim of in this trap, OP is not a victim. Dude who stole food is only a victim in like a portion of that. He's still an aggressor here too because he did something shitty that led to that. But it's not black and white. Not everything is absolute yes or no, ones and zeros. Not everything is like that. There can be more than one asshole in a story. And there can be more than one victim in a story. I don't think anybody is innocent. And that's the point. Nobody is innocent in this story. Not even his mama. So that's an interesting one though, because it creates a lot of people that have very different opinions about this, and it's super interesting. Why not take the food with you to work? That's a good point. Or yeah, put it in a fridge in the garage that's locked up or something, right? Like there's a lot of different ways to protect that.
With cat food.
Tuna casserole with cat food tuna, I think, is a fantastic idea. Yeah. Come over to the gray side, Luke. Why lug it back and forth? I mean, she shouldn't have to, but there's a lot of shouldn't have tos going on here, right? This will be an interesting one after the story post to see what how the comments go there. Super, it's a good conversation starter, and it is a, like, you know, for me this is a what would I do in that situation, and I don't feel like I could do what OP did, and if I did, there'd be a lot of regret involved, which I think is why you have so much of her playing defense right now. Okay, that was Spicy Story. We also unlocked a Cake Story, so we're going to dive into Cake Story land here too. Holy cow. Cake Story time. Oh, you know what? I have something for that. Also, we're at 2010 out of 3K for the Tiny Dinies. You guys have already crushed the likes goal. You've already crushed the shares goal. You're absolutely crushing it. We've got 5 minutes to go in the official stream here. We're going to get to our Cake Story. We are doing VIP Live today, where we're going to do a little bit of this Wheel of Thunder action going on here. It's going to be fun. So VIPs will see you after the public live ends, which, yeah, it'll be about 10 to 15 minutes after the public live ends. We'll start VIP. For now, let's dive in to one of... No, I took it away. I took away my Cake Story button to make room for a new button that y'all can't see yet.
Can we come do some hand motions?
Come again?
I know, I just made VIP with my hands.
I beg your finest pardon. Also, yes? Okay. We have a cake story for you, ladies and gents. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Eat My Cake? That's a ludicrous title. I'm not even doing a poll for that. Let's dive right in. A few days ago, that's what I get for not doing a poll. I fucked it all up. A few days ago was my male 20 birthday. My family asked me if I wanted to celebrate or anything. I thought about it and came to the conclusion that I did not want to celebrate at all. No party, no cake, no gifts, etc. I explicitly said that I did not want a cake and I did not want gifts. I was okay without. Apparently, I was being too vague because... basically, on my birthday, they took out a cake and asked me to blow out the candles. I didn't pretend to be pleased, and they could tell I was mad since I didn't speak. I was already feeling a bit sick to my stomach for unrelated reasons. They kept asking me, why are you being so difficult? I didn't want it. In fact, I said, and yes, I was definitely an asshole, at least in this part, judge all of this as a whole. If I wanted cake, I would have asked for one like this. I blew the candles and went away, refusing to eat even a bite. I did this strategically because I want my parents to understand. I want them to think I'm ungrateful and to stop giving me gifts that I didn't ask for and don't need. I'm gotta remind us all, OP's 20 years old. This Christmas, they also gave me a gift that I did not want. It was a cassette of an artist that I really like, but it was one of the albums I don't care for. I collect cassettes because I like to listen to music on them. not out of some need to occupy space. And music related tangent here, especially with a rare medium that's mostly collectibles at this point, why hoard albums that I don't like when there are plenty of people who would like to add them to their collection? I didn't hide my distaste. I told them that if they didn't find something I liked, they didn't have to get me anything. I'd rather not get anything than something I won't use. They called me ungrateful and said that I could at least have pretended to like it. So I've already gathered that they don't seem to care about what I want. They want to fill a quota or something. My mother also buys me clothes without asking me beforehand and forces me to wear them. I'm fine with the crappy clothes I wear usually, but fine. And apparently there's some other birthday gifts coming, none of which I asked for, obviously. Returning to the birthday, my sister messaged me and told me that I could have at least eaten a slice. I said that if I don't want something, I don't want it. They got mad when I explicitly said I didn't want it beforehand, so I refused on principle. Let them eat it. If it was really for me, they wouldn't have brought it. My sister said that they did this in good faith, but I kept saying that I would rather they hadn't. They don't listen to me and don't respect my boundaries. She said that I'm a grown-ass man and I need to grow up, and that it's just a cake. It's not like they shot you. And talked about how they don't respect her as much as they respect me and to not complain. Am I the asshole? Also, does anyone know how to make them get my point? I'm afraid they'll never learn. How'd you like to have a kid like this, Katie Thunder?
Don't buy me anything.
I wouldn't know what to do. I'm a gift giver.
Quinn says ESH here. What kind of fucking Kobayashi Maru is this for a parent? To have a 20-year-old that is the most angsty teen I've ever witnessed in a story here. I don't want a cake. Don't give me a cake. Okay? That feels like a trap. I'm going to get you a cake. Shows up with a cake. I told you I didn't want this. Now, look, there's the, I feel like I'm doing the right thing for you, or I'll feel guilty as a parent if I don't get you a cake, so consider this a me thing. You know, I feel like maybe we'd be able to self-reflect enough and look at the situation and understand that and state that and be like, look, this isn't for you, this is for us, so we don't feel bad for not getting you a cake, okay? And that's probably where this comes from. I feel like I'm failing as a parent if I don't celebrate your birthday. I understand you don't want to, and that's cool. We're going to celebrate your birth because we're happy that you're here. If you don't want to be a part of it, that's fine. Cool. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to take pictures. That's where they fucked up for me. Like, making him sit down and doing the singing, like making him wear the clothes, making him do the things, that feels like there's kind of a tipping point where it's fulfilling obligation and fulfilling a quota, like he said, which, yeah, it's a them thing. They're doing what they feel like they need to do, but he is disrespectful. He is entitled in a very don't touch me kind of way. He's repelling the people who are trying to love him, and maybe that's just who he is, and they need to understand that he's a unique individual, and it's not black and white. It's not ones and zeros. Like we talked about before, it's not like that. It's everybody's allowed to be their own unique person, and if they love him for who he is, they will respect the isms that he's got, his quirks. And this is part of his personality. He's the 20-year-old grumpy old man. That's like how he likes it. Cool. But he has to be able to understand their side of this as well and understand his parents. It's really hard to not celebrate your child's birthday, right? So I see both sides here. I understand that he feels like he's being, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. He feels like he's being managed by his parents. And he is a bit, right? He is a bit. But also, be a little bit grateful. Be a little bit diplomatic with. Be a little bit diplomatic with it here. Candy Thunder, what do you think? Hop on up.
Well, my initial response was to be like, yeah, he is kind of being shitty, but
Shitty butt.
he's a shitty butt. He told you what he didn't want, and you did exactly what he didn't want you to do. And so as a parent, yes, that is it's very hard to not want to celebrate your child because you remember the day they were born, you remember everything about it. Like, that's you remember the day they came into your lives, and that's what you're celebrating. It's an excitement, and as a parent, it is as much for you as it is for them. But at some point, your child becomes an individual, and you no longer get a say. And he's to that point where the parents really don't get a say, and he told you exactly what you wanted, or what he wanted out of his birthday, and they did the opposite. So that sucks for him, and he's feeling unheard and completely invalidated in that moment, so he's angry. But what I would have done would be like, hey, send me something that you do want. Send me something that I can buy you. It doesn't have to be a birthday gift, just something that I can get for you that makes you feel seen. Or here's X amount of dollars for your birthday. Please do something that makes your heart happy. Please do something that's for you. Because I would want to give him something to celebrate that day. But I don't want to offend him by celebrating in a way that he doesn't like.
So here, this is where it gets tricky. I think right now, neither party is worried about offending the other. He's ungrateful, and maybe he just doesn't like his birthday. That's one thing, but he talked about Christmas gifts in here too. And it is a, like, if you're not going to get me something that I actually want, don't get me anything. That's where he lost me, because it's a, you're going to be, at least pretend to be grateful, to be respectful for the time and money that people are putting into giving you gifts, right? You have to be grateful to be at least a DFHB. So he's kind of choosing to be an asshole with that attitude of, if it's not really special, don't even fucking bother. You know,
which is why I would just give money, and that's what,
I think it's a
that's
good
kind
idea.
of what we tell our kids. If there's nothing specific that you want, you know, we have a birthday budget, and if there isn't something that you want, or you would rather shop for it yourself, here's your birthday budget. Yeah. Have fun, enjoy your time, whether that's with your friends or something that you want to do. But no, I mean, 100% he's being an angsty asshole. Like, I don't think that's debatable. He's being kind of shitty, but maybe he's being shitty because he doesn't feel like they're actually listening to him. Or maybe he's different from the rest of his family and they don't try to understand the way that his mind works. So as a parent, I would want to make sure that they feel like I understand what they want, and I would want to give that to them. Sure. And
neither one of them give that to each other right now. And there is more responsibility on the parents to teach, right? To teach. And yes, he's 20, but he could be on the spectrum. And that would explain a lot of his unique preferences here, right? He's strong feelings about some of these things, but there is a responsibility as a parent to teach. And it could be
I wouldn't put up with this behavior, and I wouldn't do what they did. So, like, out of all of this stuff, I feel like he was an asshole and they were also an asshole. At the same time. Yeah. I feel like he was disrespectful and so were they. And he kind of just seems like I don't know, the way he writes, the way he presents it all, he seems very disconnected, like kind of moody maybe. So I don't know. I feel bad for him, but I also understand why the family did what they did, but it probably wasn't the right thing to do. Condescending. There you go. He seems very angsty and condescending.
He's still living with him. So I feel like this individual is going to have well, you are really just magnetically repelled from the frame today, aren't you?
I'm going old school. I'm drifting out of frame.
It's an old school TikTok hootenanny with Candy Thunder drifting out of frame.
Here's the thing. I gift give. I like to gift give. But I also am very thoughtful about what I give to people. And I do buy things, like I'll see it and I'm like, hey, my mom would love this. So I would buy it for my mom. But if your gift giving upsets people, then you're not doing it right. Yeah. So I think you have to give the gift that they want to receive. And that's just the type of person that he is. So if you want to connect with him, do it on his level. And I honestly think he's 20. He's not mature. Like, you give him time to mature. And I don't know, maybe he'll always be an asshole. Maybe he is just going to be blunt and straight to the point and not care about what other people think.
Well, he probably got to where he is because he's been misunderstood, or feels like he's been misunderstood and unseen and unheard his whole life, right? So that now it's getting to a breaking point because he feels like he should be independent. number one, this attitude is going to be a very, very big culture shock for him when he enters the real world, right? And doesn't have his
Agreed,
family
yes.
there, because everybody else is going to be just like this, and he's going to have to learn how to navigate it. But his
Right.
parents have to realize that this is a them problem. They have to realize that what they're doing to fulfill their own cups, not because they think it's the right thing to do for him. So at least realizing that and communicating that and be like, hey, I understand you don't want a cake. This is not for you. This is for us because we
Right.
want to celebrate. Being able to do that is at least a step in the right direction. And communicate with him. And maybe there is a middle ground somewhere to be found once you start communicating and actually listening to what he's telling you, and start. They're rigid constraints, but that's who he is as a person. So start navigating those rigid constraints. Boy, you have a 30-second float rate. Lady,
It feels-
I
it
move you,
feels-
and then like literally,
You know
I get through
Something-
two sentences, and it's just
Something has changed because I'm standing in the middle of the rug. I'm in my spot. Remember, everybody.
now you are.
I'm in the middle of the
You're
rug.
in the middle of the rug, but
But
where
look,
you
I'm
are.
off the frame. I'm in the middle of the rug. So something has changed at the desk. It might be a camera issue.
It's not. It's that the mat.
Really?
Well, I mean, the camera is a different issue too, but it's not. It's the same frame. What is different is that the mat only gets thrown there like right before the live. I don't have like tape marks to show where it should go.
So
when
this
I go,
one's not on me. I'm not the asshole.
you're the floating asshole,
Always.
floating out of frame asshole. Okay, you always float, Candy. We still love you.
Everybody says they're hearing different voices, but I've had my volume on. I have not heard anything change, so I'm not sure what the issue is. TikTok shutting is shut down.
Yeah, it's just geeking out.
Yeah.
It's just geeking out. Okay,
You'll
so
float too.
is this an ESH for you officially?
I think it's an ESH.
I think it is as well, to varying degrees, but yes.
I wouldn't know how to react if one of our kids did this. So I would be shocked in the moment. I would be upset in the moment. So I understand the family's point of view as well, because I would feel hurt that I fucked up, that made them feel the way that he's feeling. But I would also be like, don't be an asshole. So
Yeah.
I get it. I get both sides. I understand it. But I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yep. All right.
Tater thoughts, ladies
That's
and
it.
gentlemen. Tater thoughts, and that is the end of our show here today.
Possibly last ever TikTok stream. So I
Whoa.
don't even know how
Heavy
I feel.
moment.
I know I don't feel good about it. I can tell you that for free. We would not have like everything that we have without TikTok. So I don't think that people, looking at you, government, I don't think that people understand that it's more than just social media, for us anyways, and for a lot of creators that get to connect with their fam. Sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional. So it fucking sucks. Like, and this was, you can take over.
Okay.
This was something we did, as a test for fun. And it became so much more than that. So sorry. I'm an ugly crier, don't look at me. But it became so much more than that. And to meet the people that we have and to create what we've created has been a really cool thing. So it really fucking sucks
It does.
that we don't get a say in this moving forward. So
The even more than the creators out there who this is their job.
right.
So many people are losing jobs with
Right.
this. It's a huge deal. But even more than that, the emotional connections and the families that have started here, and luckily, our fam, like, we hope that you stay with us and we connect on other platforms, and you're in Facebook
Right.
VIP group, and like, we hope we don't lose a connection with you there, because it has been so truly special, and that family only exists because of TikTok.
I know, and it's crazy, and I didn't really think about that until today, going into this for the last time. I'm like, our lives have changed so much, and I do not mean that monetarily. I mean that our relationship is stronger. We've learned so much through this, and we're not going away, but just to think that it 100% started because of TikTok. And I don't think that people look at that side of it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that people understand that side of it. So it's I hate it. I really fucking hate it.
Well, we're still hoping that things get turned
Yes.
around and straightened out, and then we're able to continue on like we always have been.
Right.
Things will change a little bit no matter what, right? I think it's
Yeah, the U.S. government made me cry, you assholes.
Yeah, every
not
day.
the first time, I'm
Every
sure, not the
day.
last.
all day.
Yep.
The disconnect that we feel from the people who are supposed to be representing us is one of the most frustrating things. It's like
It sucks because this whole TikTok thing, like being reignited, it just it's not cool. Yeah. It's not cool.
and we all
my mama's here.
get
Hi, Mama.
sacrificed in the process, and yeah, the people who are supposed to be looking out for you, being willing to sacrifice you is a pretty shitty thing.
Yes, there is a senator pushing for an extension at least, and I really, really hope that helps. I really hope that happens. So.
And Doodles, to your point there, I think that's one of the biggest deals is like we've been and heard feedback from so many people who tell us that we were part of their healing journeys, that we were there during the hard times and helped people get through it, and so many people shared in those times, and it was just it's been such an honor to be a part of this fam and to do what we've done, and for you guys to choose to grow this for us, for you guys to choose to engage more and to watch more and to share it with friends and new people to get introduced to it, and not just that, but to actually pour back into it and help us learn. And like she said, our relationships have improved so much. We're able to communicate better. We're better people now than we were when we started this journey, and it's all thanks to you guys. So
yes,
all of our love.
Thank you guys, and we have seen the YouTube numbers go up, and so I know we're super excited to keep doing this. But it won't be the same for sure.
It won't.
So fucking hear us, people.
Listen, governments. Government.
Yeah.
What did she call it? The Tammy
look, that's
lady.
so cute.
Governments.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get some closing thanks in here
on,
for our
Come on, Tony.
our gifters here. Hey, Lori T with the corgi. Tina, Knight of Sarcasm, Lori T, Chick Chief, Mrs. Drex, Nita, Ashley Marie, Maynor, Deborah, Lassane Barber, This Girl. Thank you guys so much. Hostile Cakes, Maynor, Ashley Marie again there. Joyful Stranger, Mary and her doggos. What is happening? Animal with the Galaxy, Celia, Yellow Rose, Jenny M, Kelly Kell, Maynard again, their Adventures with Pam with the Galaxy 2, Janine Benham, Nicole Perez, Jumar, Kat Wiggins, Nico, Wasn't Me, Jenny with the Ice Cream Cone, Jen Design Store, Wasn't Me again there, Nico, Cisco Pup, Rave Rocks, Fane, Saucy Favorito, Bailey Chapman with the Mystery Fireworks, Cranks Etoise, you guys are amazing, Joyful Stranger, M, Chris G, Fancy Dino Penguin, Crankies, Anna Hartman, still in the Gosh Hackin' fam, Lori T, Karen, Shaper Cutter, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and hopefully this is not the last time that we see you, but just in case it is, thanks for being a part of the Gosh Heckin' fam.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Good afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, good afternoon, and
Good evening and good night.
goodbye.
Not goodbye.
See you in VIP here in 10:15.
That was so dramatic.
It was super dramatic.
So dramatic.
We'll see you guys soon.
It's not goodbye, it's we'll see you on YouTube.
Oh, I forgot to record